Great Pharaoh. The gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
Raiders are down 1 point. They just started right now. Oh, they're throwing it deep. Oh, that's interception. Let's go. Let's go. Man. Raiders just started a half. And we just forced the 3rd turnover of the game. The defense is balling right now. Wow. As soon as I start the live stream, Raiders get a turnover just like that. Let me get this all set up for y'all. Raiders just got the ball. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. We'll take that. We'll take that. But salute to the chat, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Man, just like that, the Raiders just come through. My guy Oscar in the building, he says, yo, we should be winning this game. Too conservative on offense. Yeah. I don't like being conservative against a team like this, where they're super aggressive and they will score at any part of the field right now. The Raiders got the ball 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Whew. Man, this is a completely different team under Pierce. Offensively, though, I felt like last week they were super aggressive against a good defense, and then this week against a really good offense, I feel like they're a little bit conservative. And that's what my guy Oscar is talking about right now. He says, yo, we should be winning this game. Too conservative on offense. Not sure if it's Pierce or the OC. I think Pierce might have something to do with it. Karina, just win, baby. Silver and black. Commitment to excellence. Appreciate you coming through. There you go. There you go. I like that. I like that. Michael Mayer's involved as of late. 2nd round pick tight end out of Notre Dame. Making plays. Third catch of the game. Man. As soon as I start this live stream, we get interception. Hey, I might be a good luck charm, man. I might have to do this every game. All right. Let's see. They're talking about the offensive struggles for the Raiders. All right, 3rd down and 1. See what they do here. Oh, man. Looks like it's going to be a loss at least 1 yard. 4th down. Would you go for it? Nah, they're not going for it. Man, missed opportunity. Six points on 3 turnovers, man. Don't let that be the story of the game. 6 points on 3 turnovers. We just punted the ball after intercepting Tua, Dolphins quarterback. A.J. Cole, who's being anointed as the best punter in the league. I like that. But let's just win this game. Come on. All right. Man. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Let's see. Raider Pete in the building. He says, Raiders D, too bad. We're playing the Zebras as much as the Pains today, but 1 point down going into the next half means anything goes. Yeah, it's still a game. It's just, I feel like there's some missed opportunities. They left some plays on the field, man. Like when your defense, when the Raiders defense forces 3 turnovers and we only get 6 points, that's a win for the other team. They can make all those mistakes and still come out of it up 1. I don't like that, man. But we're down 1. It's still a game. Hopefully our defense continues to ball out. Asta Villa in the building, my guy. He says, not a bad first half. Left tackle is a problem on offense right now, though. Would like to see the run game get going early in the second half. So far, it's not happening right now. They're gonna have to get a little bit aggressive. We need to score some points, man. But I did say before the game, in order for the Raiders to win this game, they got to make it ugly. But we also got to score some points. Man, Asta Villa, man, my guy coming through. Always so much support. Raider Pete says, Raiders D looking good. Let me see. This is looking crazy right now. Let me see if I could make this a little bit more clear. But he says, Raiders D looking good. Unfortunately, we are playing the Zebras. Okay, that's pretty much what you said before. Not the Fins today. Questionable non-use of timeout. I didn't like them. Time management looked suspect at the end of the half. It kind of looked too little too familiar. What I mean by that is McDaniels. Was McDaniels in disguise back there, letting the time doodle down all the way down? A little conservative. That goes back to what Oscar was talking about earlier, and I agree too. Is the Raiders are a little too conservative against a really high-powered offense that's super aggressive, that will go for it on 4th down. They're not done yet. It's another half left, so hopefully they could, they don't turn it on too late. But, hey, I did say before the game, in order for the Raiders to win this game, they got to make it ugly. And so far they're making it ugly by forcing all these turnovers. They just need to capitalize a little bit better than that. My guy Arkham Raider, day 1 right there. Salute, PharoahNFL. We will win this game for Coach AP. That's what I like to hear, man. This is what I like. This is music to my ears. Dolphins with the ball, 1st down and 10 on the 20-yard line. They hand it off. Oh, man. That number 31, Mostert, he's slippery. I don't know how he breaks tackles. I mean, he's super fast. I'll tell you that. Raiders 3-3-1. He says, yee! I got you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully the Raiders get a W. It's 13-14, 2nd down, I think 8. Okay, 2nd down and 8. Raiders down by 1. Miami with the ball. We need to beat this guy up, man. Hey, Kuntz had a sack earlier, got taken away by the penalty. I thought penalties have kind of been an issue. Oh, wide open. Oh, my God, please. Okay. Whew. Tyreek Hill was wide open. It looks like that was a 20, 30-yard completion. Man, this is a mismatch. Take Peters out the game, man. You know, I've been defending Peters, saying he needs a pass rush. Maybe he can be able to have more opportunities to force turnovers because that's what he's brought in to do. But this is a game where he needs to sit out. Get somebody else out there, man. It's too much speed. It's a mismatch. Joe Lee says, I'm not liking the play calling on offense. Yeah. I didn't like that one of the play calls, 3rd and 4 under center where they ran the ball. I was just like, come on, bro. Let's be a little bit more aggressive. I know they got some all-pro corners, but we got Devontae Adams. We got Jacoby Myers. We got Michael Mayer. Let's find creative ways to get him the ball. On the other side, they don't care who we have back there. They're giving the ball to Tyreek Hill and their weapons. But we got to find a way to get the passing game going because, man, Hill is just, he cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. Another first down for the Dolphins. EJ Rader in the building. Why are we not throwing this ball? Exactly. But, they're being a little conservative on the road, rookie QB. Maybe that's a sign of having a defensive coach. Possibly. Who knows? 10 yard plus plays. Vegas has 4. Miami has 13. Wow. All right. 2-yard gain. Come on. We got to limit these big plays, man. It's easier said than done. But yeah, I agree, man. We need to be a little bit more aggressive. We need to be a little bit more aggressive. We have to score. Defense right now, they're playing the best they can against the number 1 offense in the league, forcing 3 turnovers. I believe they have 1 sack. Could have had 2, but if a penalty erased one of them. The rookie's balling though. There you go. Gang tackling. 3rd down. 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7. The Raiders down by 1 point against the Dolphins. Number 1 offense in the league. It's 14-13. And defense is balling. Hopefully they continue to get some stops here. This is a big 3rd down. Man, a big difference from watching this team under Pierce compared to McDaniels. Crazy difference. Oh, let's go. No penalty. Let's go. 4th down. 4th down. Great stop by the defense. And let's see here. Hey, you know what? As much as everybody's talking about, they don't like the offensive play calling. They got the Dolphins settling for field goals. They're making this game ugly. And if you look at all the Raiders' wins, they've come on ugly wins like this. So hopefully they can continue to find ways to win games like this. Oh, he missed the field goal. Yes. Let's go. He missed the field goal. It's 13-14. Pierce is hype on the sideline. Let's go. Woo! Let's see. Man, it is still 13-14. They just missed the field goal. Wide left. Let's see. Let me put this down. Man, who would have thought, man? Everybody was calling this. I think this might have been one of the biggest underdogs of the week. Raiders going on the road against the Dolphins. I think was it spread 13? Y'all can correct me in the chat if y'all know the spread going into the game. A lot of people picked against the Raiders to lose this game, and the game is 13-14. Defense is balling, scrappy, forcing turnovers, continuing their good play on that side of the football. But the Raiders need to find a way. They need to find a way to get some points on the board because, Dolphins can score in a hurry. Raider P says, is he? I know Epps had a fumble recovery earlier. Is Epps hurt? I'm not sure if Epps is hurt. But I have seen number 20 to get on the field. Hold on, let's see. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let's see if I could. Appreciate y'all patience, man. All right, Raiders got the ball back. 1st and 10. Aiden O'Connell drops back. Throws it. Oh, my. Intercepted. Wow. Jalen Ramsey with interceptions. Hey. Hey, we were asking for it, and this is what it looked like. We wanted them to be a little bit more aggressive, and Jalen Ramsey gets an interception. Let's see what Ramsey was looking at. Let me look at the replay. Ooh, wow. Yeah, behind, and it looked like he baited him. Wow. First turnover today for the Raiders. It's 13-14. Still a game. Was that a clean interception? It looked like it might have been a clean interception. Yeah, that's Dolphins ball. All right, 1st and 10. Right, still a game. 1st and 10. Oh, man. 2nd down. Nice run by Mostert. He gets about like 6-7 yards. Man, that's tough. All right, let's see. It's 13-14. 2nd and down and 3. Man, can the defense continue to make stops? I think the defense can force a turnover and do something amazing for us to win this game because the way the offense is looking right now, looks like the defense might have to score some touchdowns for us. All right, let's see. It's 13-14, 3rd and 2, just after a 1-yard gain. Hey, they're showing Murray highlights. Man, Murray looked like he didn't even have an ACL injury. All right, 3rd down and 2. Just past midfield. Oh, man. Waddle gets the ball. Play action. Another chunk play. Man, they make it look too easy, man. Mike McDaniel. We got the wrong McDaniel as a head coach. Mike McDaniel, coach of the Dolphins. He's developing offense here with the Dolphins. And to be honest with you, I'm not even a big Tua guy, but it just feels like every play is the right play call. One read and done. Man, 116 yards after the catch for the Dolphins to 38 yards for the Raiders. Big difference. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're still in it, man. Look, they're talking about the playoff hunt right now. We're looking in, but we're going to have to win a tough game like Miami. Hopefully it starts today, but you got Miami, you got Chiefs twice. Still a game, 2nd down and 7. On the Raiders, 23-yard line. Play action. Oh, man, Spillane. Spillane almost had another interception. Spillane almost had another interception. Wow. Man, Spillane has been one of the biggest stories of the season for the Raiders. You get a run defender that turns into a big-time pass defending linebacker. Man. All right, 3rd down and 7. Oh, pressure. Oh. Man, incomplete. Raiders force the 4th down. They're gonna field goal units coming in the game for the Dolphins. Man, this defense is balling. When's the last time we've seen a defense like this? Crazy. 13-14. All right. Hopefully he misses again. 41-yard attempt. It's up down the middle. 17-13. Dolphins lead. Still a game. Raiders need to get their act together on offense. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, man. EJ, man, I know you said that the rookie's balling. That pick, man, I think that's one of the reasons why they're conservative is he is a rookie at the end of the day. And he's playing against a veteran defense, veteran defensive backfield led by Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, former All-Pro corner. That's tough. Let's see. Tough game. You would hope for the run game to get going a little bit here to make some easier throws for Aiden O'Connell. But we'll see. Man, what a game, man. 13-17, man. Let's see. Let me take a look at some of the stats real quick. Hold on one second. Let's see. 13-17. Aiden O'Connell's 11 for 16, 112 yards, a touchdown and pick. Tua's 23 for 29, 264 yards and 264 yards. 2 touchdowns and a pick. Josh Jacobs needs to get it going. Josh Jacobs has 10 carries for 26 yards right now. He needs to get it going. You know who we haven't seen? We haven't seen Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers has been missing. We might need to get him involved. We need to find a way to get him the ball. Let's see. Yeah, man. Right now, they're out rushing us 69 and 29 yards. That's a big key stat right there. Just yards total, 331 yards on offense for the Dolphins. The number one offense coming in. So we're forcing turnovers. We're finding ways to get off the field, but Raiders need to find a way to score, man. This defense is playing as hard as they can. Time of possession, Dolphins got it 24 minutes to 15 minutes. Let's see. Man, Aiden O'Connell with another interception, man. Come on, man. You got to play better. Let's see. All right, they're getting ready to start up real quick. All right, 1st down and 10. Raiders losing 13-17. Play action. There you go. Mayer's been involved. I like that. Mayer's been involved. I like that a little bit right there. Get the rookie tight end. Nice little rollout play action, 7-yard gain on first down. All right, 2nd down and 3. Let's see what they're going to do now. Okay, they got one receiver out there, a few tight ends, 3 tight ends. Jacobs with the ball. And it looked like it might be a 2-yard, maybe 1-yard gain. No penalties. Come on. All right. 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1. Come on, Bo. Dial something up right now for Aiden. Dial something up for Aiden, man. Find someone, get someone free. Let's see. Oh, flea flicker. Throwing it deep. Oh, just outside his fingertips. Oh, man. 3rd and 1. Flea flicker. Okay. There's a flag. It was on the Raiders anyways. Don't matter. He had a step. Man. He had him. But it wouldn't even matter. The Raiders get another penalty on the play, but it's 4th and 1. Raiders are punting again. Man. Another 3 and out. All right. Damn, man, what's going on, man? This offense is man. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it's looking like the Raiders defense, they forcing turnovers, but I think they need to score on some of these turnovers because the Raiders offense is not getting it done right now at all. Run game is not existent. Pass game, they're getting locked up. It looks like even on that play, that flea flicker, like Devontae didn't really have a lot of separation. And when you're running like flea flickers, that means like you're trying to find a way to get someone open. The old-fashioned way ain't working. Let's see here. Man, it's a tough game to watch, man. Man, but it's man, I wish they could find some way to do something to get some points on the board. Let's see here. It's still 13-17, though. Still 13-17. Raiders still have a chance. Dolphins are getting the ball back on the 15-yard line. They just need to figure out a way to get some points. They got to put a drive together. And one of the keys to me, I felt like, was, they're gonna have to make this game ugly, get the run game going. So far, they've kind of made it ugly, but the run game part hasn't been there. So I don't know. Somehow, some way, that needs to get going. Let's see. Man, Jacoby Myers doesn't even have a catch today. Jacoby Myers doesn't even have one catch. Let's see. All right, 17-13, 1st and 10 on their 15-yard line. See what they do. Ooh. Little outside toss. They got 3 yards on the play? Okay, 4 yards. Okay, Marcus Epps did leave the game. Okay, that's why we're seeing Palomar out there. Yeah, no wonder we're seeing him out there. Is because Marcus Epps is out the game with a neck injury. All right, let's see. All right, second down and 6. Play action. Oh, man, Tyreek Hill, wide open. Nate, all you see is Nate Hobbs on the screen, and he just disappears after Hill just makes a nice little cut towards the sideline. Man. All right, 1st down and 10. There you go. Crazy. Man. Tyreek Hill, man. Who would have thought, man, a guy that small would be this dominating like this? All right, 3rd down and 17. And 19 first downs to Raiders 5 first downs. That's disgusting. All right. Oh, my. Another first down by the Dolphins, man. Come on. Good catch. All right, 1st down and 10. Raiders 40-yard line. Oh, man, that's an easy first down. End goal. Former Raider. Okay, he's stopped 1 yard short of the first down. Let's see. All right, there you go. There you go. Oh, come on. He literally threw it to the ground. Come on, man. That's a wet. They're going to call a penalty on the Raiders. It's going to give him a first down. Not having Colton Miller is hurting in the run game. Oh, he's out. That's right. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no penalty on the Raiders. It's 3rd down and 1. Right. Okay. Yeah, Colton Miller not being able to play this game. Good point. Great point, actually. And probably might contribute to the Raiders being conservative on offense as well. But they're going to have to figure out a way to score some points because right now they're down 17-13 against a very explosive offense, and this game could get away from us easy. It's 3rd down and 1. Play action, bootleg. Oh, yes. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 1. What are they going to do? Are they going to go for it? It looks like they're going to go for it. 4th down and 1. Ooh, 85 was wide open for the Dolphins. All right, they're kicking a field goal. I feel them. I mean, our offense right now ain't scoring any points. 51-yard field goal attempt, 4th down and 1. Watch for a fake. Yeah, he's going to get that one right there. It's 20-13. They just made the field goal. Andrew Cota says, can't do shit on offense. I know, man. It's still 20-13. It's still a game. But when you force 3 turnovers, there's no reason why you should have 6 points. There's no reason why you should, at the very least, have 17. Give me 17. Raider P. Colton Hurd letting Jacob Johnson Colton Hurd letting Jacob Johnson go is not helping. But we're in it still. Defense might have to score. Yeah, that's what I said earlier, man. The way this offense is looking, we're going to have to get the turnover plus take it to the house. But that's crazy to say that we're hoping for that. Offense needs to play better. They need to figure out a way to get some points on the board. We need a touchdown drive. 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Dolphins about to kick the ball off, but we need a touchdown drive. Get us back in the game. Get some energy in this team. Get the momentum on our side. Somebody needs to step up for the offense. Yeah. You would think, you would hope that it would be Josh Jacobs. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes, man. It's tough right now for the Raiders offense, but they're still down. Still one score game. They hand it off to Jacobs. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice run on first down. It's probably like 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4. Get him going. Get him going. Then hit a couple of play actions. Someone's going to be wide open. Mm-hmm. So the quarter ends. Raiders down 20-13. Jacobs just had a nice little run, 6-yard gain. Hopefully it's the start of a good drive, man. Let's hope that's the start of a good drive. My guy, Yaya Hatamaki in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Raiders right now, a little frustrating to watch because defense is playing lights out as far as, forcing turnovers and giving this team a chance to win this game on the road. But, offense has been struggling all game long, other than a couple of plays here and there. Obviously, we hit that big play earlier in the game with Devontae Adams getting like that. Man, it looked like he got triple team. Let's see. Offense got to light it up? Yeah. Vex. They got to light it up for sure. Definitely got to light it up, man, to win this game against this team. You see how they get yards in a hurry. Like, I think, does Tua have 300 yards already passing? Let me take a look at the stats here for the Dolphins. Tua has 200. Let's see. Let me update this right quick here. Let's see. Tua. Over 300 yards passing. 26-34, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception. Tyreek Hill has 10 receptions, 146 yards and a touchdown. So they're moving the ball. They just can't finish drives. We've been forcing turnovers, getting them off the field on third down, on fourth down. When they try to go for it, we've got some key stops. Bend but don't break defense type of mentality. They're scoring field goals, which is uncharacteristically unlike them. They like to score touchdowns. So the defense They're playing as good as you want them to play, going against the number one offense in the league. This is a winnable game. If you're the Raiders and you're telling, if you told the Raiders that they would have forced 3 turnovers and the game is 13-20 in the fourth quarter, you got to be happy with that. But the offense needs to get it going for the Raiders to have a chance to win this game. All right. Second and 4. Raiders got the ball. Aiden O'Connell on shotgun. Throws it to third and it's not third down yet, so that's why he didn't get the first down. Hunter Renfro gets a 3-yard catch on the sideline. Another third down and 1. Third down and short. This has been a struggle all game long. What do you do on 3rd and 1? Do you run the ball? Which has been a struggle all game. And like people have been mentioning, Colton Miller has been out the game. He was questionable going into the game. I guess he was a game time decision. It didn't work out. 3rd down and 1. Connell under center. Gives it to Jacobs. First down. There you go. There you go. Big first down. Let's get it going. Let's put together a long drive. Raiders need let's get a nice little drive. Give this defense, this Raider defense, a chance to breathe. All right, 20-13. Less than 14 minutes ago. Oh, they should have called high. Oh, man. All right, 1st down and 10. Shotgun. Aiden O'Connell throws it. There you go. Jacoby Myers gets his first catch. We were talking about that earlier. He was catchless. He gets his first catch in the fourth quarter. Aiden O'Connell's like pleading the case. He's like, hey, man, I'm getting hit over here. That's a penalty. But it's 2nd down and 2. The Raiders got the ball. All right. Aiden O'Connell under center. Got 3 receivers plus Michael Mayer out there. Play action to Josh Jacobs. Throws it. Ooh. Those are towards Devontae Adams, it looks like, and is incomplete. 3rd and 2. Man, you almost forgot, man. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard. Whew. Man, got a tough secondary. Quiet second half of Devontae Adams. Has 0 yards after having 56 in the first half. 3rd down and 3. Let's see. Come on, Connell. All right. Man. Aiden O'Connell gets sacked. Man. Man, Raiders on offense don't get it done yet again. And they just punted the ball back to the Dolphins. Man. Still 13-20. And there's a penalty on the field. Hopefully it's on the Dolphins, but Raiders defense is going to have to score for the offense. That's how it's looking like. They're going to have to force a turnover and take it to the house. But it's still a one-possession game. But, man, I don't know how long this is going to last. Okay, half distance to go. 10-yard penalty. Never mind. Man. JB, appreciate you coming through. Give me just a second, y'all. Be right back. Man, tough game to watch, man. I was so excited, man. 13-14. I was concerned about the offense not getting it going and finishing drives, but that has continued into the second half. We need to get something going. The Raiders need to find a way to get it going. It's 13-20. We haven't scored since the first half. And also, not being this watching this game, looking back at like the first half, you could see a little bit of the rookie head coach, the rookie offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback showing his face. You know, not being aggressive against a team like the Dolphins. Come on. You want a little bit more aggressive. Some people's question the play calling. It's tough. It's tough because everybody has a headset. I mean, not everybody, but I know the head coach, offense coordinator, and obviously the quarterback. They're all listening to the play. So is this Antonio Pierce? Someone posed a question in the chat earlier. Is it Antonio Pierce influencing this conservative game plan, or is it Bo? I don't know. We're gonna have to. That's gonna be a question they're probably gonna ask later after the game. Hopefully after a win. Let's see here. But yeah, it's still a game. It's still a game. 13-20. Dolphins got the ball on the 10-yard line. We'll see what they got up their sleeve right now. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's see. All right, they give it to Mostert. He tries to force it outside. Nothing. Maybe a yard, but it's second down and 10, maybe second down and 9. It's still a one-score game. 13-20, still a game. They're talking about the Dolphins' strength of schedule. They've got a lot of wins against bad teams and struggled against good teams, 500 or better record. All right, play action. Man, too much time. Good coverage by the defense. But there was no pressure on that play. 3rd down and 8. Come on. Come on. Let's see. All right. 3rd down and 8. Dolphins with the ball down 13. They're up 20-13 on the Raiders. Tua in shotgun. Oh, come on, make that tackle. There you go. Oh, fumble. Is that a fumble? Oh, man. Whoever that Dolphins player was, he looked like he was knocked out as soon as he got tackled from behind by the Raiders player. Penalty. Please do not let that be on the Raiders. Okay. Oh, he knocked him out. Crosby tried to come in with a punch to punch the ball. I think he might have punched him in the neck or head. Okay, still 4th down. All right. Still 4th down. Looked like they had some offsetting penalties. One on the Raider player, one on the Dolphins player. All right, come on. 13-20. You see Pierce on the sideline trying to get the team hype. Defense with another stop on the number 1 offense in the league. Raiders are still in this. They need to find a way. And it looks like they got some good field position probably on the 50-yard line. 50-yard line. Great field position. Come on, let's see if the Raiders can capitalize on this. Come on. Let's see. Man, Raiders defense. This is crazy. They need to build off this. They need to build off this. Hopefully, if Pierce stays on, they can bring back Patrick Graham as a DC and continue to add talent to this defense, man, because this has been the story of the season. All right, play action. What the hell was that? By Aiden O'Connell. 2nd down and 10. Right. Man, we got away with that one. That could have been intentional grounding by Aiden O'Connell, but we'll take it. 2nd down and 10. Come on, man. Someone get open. Jacoby Myers, is it you? All right, get the ball in space to Jacobs. I'll take that. That might 1st down. 1st down, 2nd down and 10, and I think it's now 1st down. That's 1st down and 10. There you go. 1st down and 10. All right, the Raiders are on a 38-yard line. 1st down and 10. 10 minutes to go. Down by 1 score. Touchdown. Okay, end around to man. Raiders try to do an end around with Trey Tucker, which usually works. It's usually a money play for the Raiders, but man, he blew that up. Looks like 5-6 yard loss by the Raiders offense. 2nd down and 16, 2nd down 15, I believe. Hold on, let's take a look. 2nd down and 17. 7-yard loss. Man. 5 negative plays compared to 3 negative plays for the Dolphins. Play action. Aiden O'Connell. Aiden rolls out right. There you go. Way to come back to the ball, Trey Tucker. Nice little comeback route. Let's go. 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. Let's go. We back. They back in it. Raiders are back in it. Hey, way to come back to the ball for your QB right there. Man, Dolphins are going to be challenging the catch. Oh, that's catch. Oh, when did he gain possession? The one thing is, though, they ruled it a catch on the field. Oh, man. They ruled a catch on the field. Miami's challenging the catch. It was a big first down. Trey Tucker came back to the ball for his QB after he rolled out to the right. Man, is that a catch? It looked like it might be a catch for me. Damn, Aiden O'Connell has 142 yards and 1 touchdown. This is disgusting. It's nasty. Jacobs, 13 carries, 35 yards. Ugh. Come on. But yeah, if you guys are just joining us, man, hey, Trey Tucker just got a first down for the Raiders, but the Dolphins are just challenging, man. They're challenging the play on the field, and it looked like it can go either way, but they ruled it a catch. So hopefully that works to the Raiders' favor because you need undisputable evidence to overturn. So hopefully the Raiders can get this one. They're down 13-20. Let's see. Let me load this down real quick. Man, I'm just looking at the team stats right now. You would think, look, the Dolphins have 393 yards of total offense, but the defense is playing with so much heart right now. Like, this is where the offensive, like the numbers don't tell the whole story. Let's see. They overturned the catch. Damn. That's tough. That's tough. So it's 3rd down and 17 after we thought we had a first down. They just overturned the catch. So that Trey Tucker pass was not a completed catch. Damn. 3rd down and 17. There you go. Jacoby Myers on the 30-yard line, field goal range. Are you going for it? 4th down and 2. Are you going for it? There you go. I like this. I like this. Stay aggressive. Let the players know you believe in them. 4th down and 2. Raiders down by a score. Still a lot of time left. So even if they don't get this, fourth and a long 2, maybe 3. Come on, man. What was that? 4th down and 2. O'Connell decides to go throw it. What? Come on, man. Get the first down. Get the first down. He had Michael. Oh, it looked like he had Michael Mayer down there. Come on, bro. What are you doing, Mayer? I mean, not Mayer, but Aiden O'Connell, man. Come on. Raiders turn the ball on downs. Damn. Come on, we can't. Come on, defense, man. Find a way. I know they tired. I know the defense tired. Man, that was a frustrating play, man. On 4th down and 2, Aiden O'Connell decides to throw it deep down the sideline to Jacoby Myers where he was pretty much covered up. He was not open at all. 4th down and 2. Let's get the first down. But anyways, Raiders are down 13 to 2nd down and 5. Holding. Look like there's a penalty on the play. Might be holding. Yep. Yep. Holding on Miami. 2nd down and 15. Man. When I say the Raiders love to win ugly games, they love to win ugly games. They're down. They're down 13-20, but man, we need a big play right now. 2nd down and 15. Dolphins got the ball. Raiders down 13-20. Oh, they got the camera on Mark Davis. He looked kind of pissed off. Play action. Oh, no catch. Looked like it might have been. It got through to Tyreek Hill on the sideline. That would have been yeah, definitely out of bounds. Great defense by the Raiders too to make that even a tough catch. But it's 3rd down and 15. Dolphins got the ball. Let's get a stop. Let's get a stop. Come on. Tua shotgun, 3rd down and 15. Pass rush coming. Oh, Mostert, come on, make that tackle. No face mask. Nope. 4th down. Kick the ball. Whoo! Man. Raiders defense, man. If you look at the final numbers, Dolphins got so many yards on the field. No, that was a great tackle. Great tackle. It might have felt like it was a face mask. Great tackle, yep. 4th down and 8. Punt the ball. Dolphins, man. Whoo! Raiders defense is stepping up, man. They are giving this team a chance to win the game. They're giving them a chance. Wow. He has. Oh, why'd you kick? What the? Why did he receive that? He caught it on the 1-yard line when he could have just let it go and it could have been placed on a 25-yard line. Instead, Raiders are going to take the ball like probably on the 10-yard line, 10, 15-yard line. But it's cool. Raiders defense got to stop. You got to think it might be 4-down territory now. At this point, it's getting close. 6 minutes left in the game. Raiders got the ball on the 12-yard line, maybe 13-yard line. They need. What? Oh, damn. Okay, I was a little confused there. The commentators over here talking about that's a fumble. But they call it incomplete play. It looked like, man, Aiden O'Connell, man. He got to play better. Come on, if the Raiders are going to win, he needs to make some plays. Looks like the Raiders' first down. Nice little play on the sideline, but it's a flag. Decline. Raiders first down. Oh, yeah, he grabs him. I like how he stayed in bounds to get some extra yards. Raiders got a first down. All right, come on. First down and 10. Come on. All right, Jacobs with a 3 to 4 yard run. Second down and 6, so 4-yard run for Jacobs. All right, man. Got to get it going. Let's try to score. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Renfro the ball. Let's go. Renfro. Let's go. Big play. Woo! Aiden O'Connell got it to my boy Hunter Renfro. A Hunter Renfro sighting. Man, what a catch. This dude Renfro looked like he was about to fall down. I don't know how he stayed up, but he made that into a way bigger play than it was. Wow, way to keep his balance. Woo! Let's go. Raiders are driving down the field. Come on, first down and 10. Raiders down 13-20 against the Dolphins. All right, Connell, come on. Nothing stupid. Come on. Oh, man, sack from behind. Yeah, this is definitely 4-down territory. Yeah. No one open. O'Connell holds the ball and gets sacked. So second down and 13. Come on, hike. There you go. There you go. Renfro and Aiden O'Connell feels comfortable throwing to Renfro. It's about damn time, man. Give the man a ball. Third down and 6. All right, third down and 6. Raiders driving down all the way from their 12-yard line, and they're on like the 28-yard line of the Dolphins right now, or 25. Third down and 6. Oh, they're bringing the house. Oh, my. That could have been picked off. Whew. They brought the house, and Aiden O'Connell almost threw an interception. Ah, man. Wow. That was going to be tough. Fourth down and 6 right here. Big fourth down right here with 3 minutes left. Raiders are down 13-20 against the Miami Dolphins. Come on. Someone make a play. Someone get open. Oh, my God. I might just end the live right now. Aiden O'Connell gets sacked, but before he gets sacked, he throws an interception, falling down. Man. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. 3 minutes left. Still a game. Raiders have all their timeouts, but they're going to have to – defense is probably exhausted by this point. You would wish if they took that timeout, the Raiders were able to get a better stop on first down, but – 13-20. Raiders are down, man. This is crazy. This offense is terrible. Second down and 3 for Miami. They are going to try to take us out. I already know. Defense going to have to find a way to make a play. Get a stop. Raiders just called a timeout to stop the clock at 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And they got the first down. They fought, man, and I'll say the defense fought. Offensively, man, this is terrible. Can't score more than 13 points? You serious? Man. Yeah, this defense, they're exhausted right now. Second down and 7. Dolphins just ran the play again. Raiders called a timeout. So the Raiders got 1 timeout and a 2-minute warning. So they still technically they're still in it. They're still in it, but they need to get off the field. Mm-hmm. I like the time management by Pierce. Second down and 7. They're going to run it. Nice stop. It's going to be third down. Raiders call. Looks like they called their might be called. I think they called their last timeout. Man. Hey, this game make you think Raiders need to draft a quarterback in the first, second round. All right, it's third down and 5, but I have a feeling Mike McDaniel's going to have something dialed up right now. He's going to try to pass the ball to end this game. First down, the game is over. Hey, yeah, they got to spread out. Dolphins got the Raiders spread out right now. No one in the backfield other than Tua. And he throws it. Yes! Yes! Wow. Fourth down and 5? Oh, they're going to go for it. Damn. Fourth down and 5. Fourth down and 5. Are they trying to draw the Raiders offside? Force them into a penalty? All right. False start on Miami. They're trying to get the Raiders to jump, force them into a penalty. Whew, man. I'll give it to this Pierce-led Raiders team, man. They are fighting to the end, especially defensively. Still a game. 2 minutes left. Raiders down by one score, 13-20 against the number one offense in the NFL. And they made this into a defensive game. One possession game right now. Punt it. All right, he caught it on the 8-yard line. Crazy, bro. All right, 20-13. Raiders are down by a touchdown. Defense is playing their heart out. They're figuring out a way to get this offense off the field. Man. Dang, too greedy. Facts. You talk. Hey, yeah, you talking about that play with Jacoby Myers? Man, that 4th and 2. T Severe in the building. He says offense right back to square one. It seems. Yep. And well, it's still early, man. At the end of the day, we knew that they weren't going to go undefeated under Pierce, but what I do like is that they're playing hard. They're playing to the end of the game. It's 13-20 against the number one offense against the Miami Dolphins. It's just offensively, man. They are, man. It just, we got all these players, and it just feels like we have the worst offense in the league. Hefe KC, get out of here, man. You always find your way to come in here and just make us feel terrible when the Raiders are losing. But, hey, Chiefs going to lose tomorrow, man. Alex Marquez pay calling was suspect today. Yeah, man. For sure. For sure. A little too conservative. I didn't understand 3rd and 4. I mean, there was a 3rd and 4 in the first half I didn't like where they ran the ball. It just hey, man. Chiefs finna lose tomorrow. What they play? They play the Eagles. Oh, Eagles is going to be pissed off after last year's Super Bowl. So, you know they're going to bring their A game on Monday Night Football. So expect that to be a loss. Yeah, facts. Donald Burns. O'Connell looks like a rookie along with the play caller. Facts. Okay. O-line was able to give him plenty of time. Was able to look at the entire field and give it to Devontae Adams for a 6-yard gain. Come on. Hey, man. The good quarterbacks find a way to get it done. With less than 2 minutes to go, your team is down. You're trying to win the game or tie it. This is where good quarterbacks come out, man. Come on, O'Connell. You want to come back to be a starter? O'Connell throws it deep. Oh, he had man, he had Devontae Adams wide open. Wow. Oh, he whooped him on the stutter move. Oh, he had him. Wow. 3rd and 4. That was tough. He missed Devontae Adams wide open. Come on, O'Connell. Come on. 3rd and 4. Raiders on their 13-yard line. There you go. First down. Let's get the first down. Come on. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We don't got a lot of time. 138 and counting. Connell drops back. There you go. Tucker with the catch. Come on. 1:15 to go. Come on. Come on. Ah, man. I don't know, man. It takes a lot of time off another dink. 2nd down and 5. 45 seconds left. O'Connell drops back. Oh, sideline throw incomplete to Devontae Adams, but it does stop the clock. It's 3rd down and 5. FA, man, get out of here, man. I like that connection, Severe. I like that connection. All right, it's 3rd down and 5, man. But we're at that point where we need to start clocking it. We might need to spike it if we get this first down. Spike that ball, stop that clock. But T. Severe says, if we keep AP as our head coach, we could draft Jaden Daniels from LSU. He was the QB at ASU with AP and Herm before transferring. If we're going to have a shot at him, right now, I think I've heard some people talk about he might be a favorite to win the Heisman. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we definitely need to draft a QB, no matter what. No matter if Aiden plays solid, and the fact that we're not 100% sure, we need to add to that quarterback room. Have someone that can possibly be a quarterback in the future. Because Aiden O'Connell, I don't know, man. I like him, but I'm not 100% sure. There you go. Devontae out of bounds, first down. Let's go. Let's go. Aiden O'Connell proved me wrong. Let's go. Austin Avila said, I would be interested in pick Jaden and have Aiden start the season next year. Yeah. Wouldn't mind that. You got to remember, Aiden O'Connell he's an older rookie. He's 25 years old. But let this 25-year-old come on and win this game for the Raiders. Oh, that looked like he might have jumped a little bit too early. Oh. 2nd down and 10. I'm starting Daniels immediately. AO4 will be 26 this year. I'm letting my young QB start if we draft one, especially if he's better. Let the best man win. How about that? You draft a young QB and let Aiden O'Connell and him fight it out for the starting job. Wow. Jalen Ramsey with a crazy interception. And he might have hurt himself getting that interception. Oof. Oh, man. Raiders lose. Man, damn. Ramsey with a crazy interception. Man, great interception. Is it an interception? That ball's moving. Is that an interception? Let's see. Ball's moving. Oh, you move out the way. Let's see if we see that ball's moving. Oh. He had his hand under the ball, but the ball looked like it was moving when it hit the ground. Man, Jalen Ramsey. Damn. Man, this game's frustrating to watch, man. A winnable game just based off how the defense played, but offense. Hey, man, you guys talking about rookie QBs, man. I feel you, man. We need a playmaker back there. We need a playmaker back there. Crazy that we didn't give you what it took to. Yeah, that's crazy. But what the next 3 first rounds? I think that's what it probably took, right? We would have to trade like all 3 first round picks. But yeah, man. Hey, hindsight's 2020, man. Look, Stroud looks like a monster out there. Raiders dropped to 5-6. I mean, they're still not out of the playoff picture technically, but it makes it even tougher because now you got to win. You got to win one of those games against the Chiefs. If the Raiders want to make the playoffs this year, they had to win one of these games. One against the Dolphins, and they made it a game. It was definitely a competitive game all the way to the end. But offensively, man, this is not a playoff offense. Not a playoff offense. All good, man. All good, man. But the Raiders just lost 13-20, man. Hey, defense played their heart out. Offensively, we just couldn't get the job done. Man, that was a tough game to watch. Tough game to watch. But, you know, it is what it is. No, it's all good. It's all good, man. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to come through, watch the game at halftime. I was super excited because I'm like, hey, this is a game. I done a few of these halftime shows where it's a blowout. It's tough to do these live because usually when it's a blowout, I'm kind of like out of it, not even watching the game like that. But that being said, Raiders did make it a game. The defense showed up. That's one of the bright spots. But offensively, man, we thought the main corporate. We thought the main suspect left the building in Josh McDaniels, but they have some deep-rooted issues. Yeah, some tough issues, man. They lose another East Coast game at 10 a.m. We know they like to struggle. They struggle on the East Coast at 10 a.m. starts, but it is what it is. The Raiders will figure it out. I'm still excited to figure out what they're going to do next, whether it's AP coming back. Is he coming back with the same offensive coordinator? Is he coming back with the same head coach? Or is he coming back at all? Are we getting a brand new head coach? These are all questions that still need to be answered. Alan Gomez says this felt like if we yeah, for real. For real. But you know what? At the end of the day, when you make a change at head coach in the middle of the season, it doesn't solve your issues, man. Like all this, the Raiders have other issues as well. And offensively, they just, man, they might need to get a brand new offense. They might need to get a brand new head offensive coordinator back there. I was getting a little too optimistic with Bo Hargrave, but some of the play calls, they took a little conservative approach today. It didn't really help them in the score column. I don't care who we hire as head coach. We better keep, yeah. Don't let that man out the building. Do not let that. Let's build off what we have. But you know how it is. You know how it is. If Pierce stays at head coach, then I think we have a really good chance of keeping Patrick Graham. But I'm not sure if Pierce doesn't come back and we get some other head coach. I'm not sure if Patrick Graham comes in or comes back as a defensive coordinator. That's going to be tough. What about the Chiefs? The Chiefs play tomorrow night. They play Monday Night Football against the Eagles. So hopefully they get blown out. Let's hope for that. Let's hope for that. 303 Raider says they should run the damn ball more. I mean, they kind of tried, but they really couldn't get it going. It's just they got shut down. Offensively, they got shut down. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a blowout, man. It was still a game until the fourth quarter, until the last drive, until Aiden O'Connell. But, like someone mentioned in the chat, like Aiden looked like a rookie. The play call looked like a rookie. I liked it a little bit of, defensively, I like what they brought out, but it's, we'll see how it shakes out, man. There's still about 6 games left. Raiders are technically still in the playoff hunt. I mean, I know a lot of y'all like
playoffs. Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game, another game.
I know that's probably what y'all talking about right now, but if Aiden O'Connell's not the guy, or at least someone that could hold the spot until the next guy, then winning these games become a little tougher. And we don't go to the playoffs too, especially you would want a good draft spot to get a top QB. Alan Gomez, the only thing I'll get credit to is the defense. Yeah, facts. Defense played their heart out, man. They played hard. If you look at the final stats, you'll see time of possession and you'll see the yards kind of get up there. I think they're probably at least over 400 yards. Let's take a look at it real quick. Let's take a look at the team stats right here. So total yards, 421 yards to the Raiders, 296. Pass yards, 322 to the Raiders, 260. Rushing yards, 99 rush yards to the Raiders, 36 rush yards for the game. It's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done. That's pretty much our recipe. We got to get the run game going and work off that. If we don't get the run game going, we're not built like that, man. We don't got the quarterback for that. We don't got the offense for that. Man. Raiders force 3 turnovers and we get 6 points. That's the type of game that we watched right now. Severe says, I'm hoping the Chiefs don't get blown out. I hope they play tough, grind it out a game, and we get them banged up on a short week. Hey, Severe, do you want to call in? My God, do you want to call in? I'm not sure if you're busy. I didn't really tell you beforehand. But if you want to call in, let me know before I wrap this up. Marty Martin in the building. I'm happy with the effort. Yeah, facts. The Raiders lose, but it wasn't. You didn't question that they, how hard they played. It wasn't that type of situation. They were there until the very end, and a lot of that had to do with the defense. But that offense, man, that was frustrating to watch. Had them on lock. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. I think Devontae didn't get a catch until that last drive in the second half. Jacoby Myers didn't get a catch until the fourth quarter. But, on a positive note, we've seen Hunter Renfrow get some catches. We've seen Hunter Renfrow make a big play. I like that. Alan Gomez says, I don't get why, but the offense gets so much money that they don't give a shit. So I don't get why. I know. McDaniel's offense, man. And that right there, watching this kind of offensive performance makes you think like we might need to get a guy in there. We might need to get some offensive coordinator, a young, bright offensive coordinator. We might need a new guy out there. Because this offense needs to be thrown in the trash can and never be to be seen again. Marty Mart, I think we forced the run game too much. Jacobs in the flat was there all day. Hey. I think they didn't even hit it until like the fourth quarter. It might have been, was it the last drive? I know it was at least the fourth quarter. One of the last couple drives we've seen, I think Jacobs had a catch out in the flat and got like 10 yards. So you got a point there. All right, I got you. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me get set up real quick. I'm gonna have you on here. Let's see.
Call from
It was probably. I can't hear nothing. I don't know if they can hear me or not.
Hey, can y'all hear me? All right, so I'm mute. Okay, I had it on mute for a second. All right, we back. But my guy T Severe.
Yo, what is popping? This was it was a fun game and a tough game to watch all at the same time, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was we just, I don't know, man. Like I said, the offense is right back to square one. We came out against the Giants, and we kind of, like I said, I think we were playing off some adrenaline. We had exercised that demon of Josh McDaniels, and guys went out there amped up. But it seems like we've fallen right back to some of the same stuff we were doing before. Luckily, the defense turns the ball over a lot. With Miami, because if not, it could have gotten ugly because they were gaining yards. We were just very opportunistic with our turnovers. So I think that's what kept this game close and gave us a chance to win it in the end. But as has been the case all season, the offense that we've invested, millions of dollars in just failed to do what needed to be done. Anytime you hold the opponent under 21 points, that should be a win. You should expect to win. You should expect your offense to generate 3 touchdowns in a game.
Instead of 6 points.
You can't do that. Yeah, man. If you can't do that, man, especially you got one of the best receivers in the league. You got one of the best running backs in the league. You have a very solid offensive line. You got one of the best 5 receivers in the league. One of the top, second, the top number 2 receivers in the league. Like, you got all these weapons, and you can't, seem to put the ball in the end zone, man. And it's just, it's just the same story again, man. We just find ways to lose on offense.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man. Now, like, looking at this game last week, I felt like they were a little bit too aggressive on offense at certain spots, especially going against one of the best defense in the NFL in the Jets. And you've seen a little bit of how the results of that. Like, I think there was a point in time where they were driving down the field, they're in field goal range, and they end up getting sacked. And then this game, I just feel like on offense, they're a little bit too conservative. And the play calls they were not excited. It was just, I don't know what type of game plan or play calls they had. But you know what? It is a rookie OC. And someone made a question earlier during the game. Is this have something to do with Pierce, or do you think this has something to do with the OC?
I think it has something to do with the OC. Pierce pretty much already stated that he wasn't going to really meddle in the offense or the defense. He was going to let the offense do what the offense does. He was going to let the defense do what the defense does. And he was just going to be there as the overseer. So, now, I don't know. And like I said, I have to watch the film just on because we tried some stuff. We tried some stuff, and it didn't work. We tried some wide receiver screens that got blown up. We tried an end around with Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
Got blown up. Like, we tried some stuff, and it just wasn't effective. And Aiden O'Connell was kind of inaccurate. The pass rush. The pass rush was kind of getting to him, and he had some opportunities to hit some throws. We saw just in the fourth quarter that big play we missed to Devontae right there. Like, that is a game-changing play. And so like I said, like I didn't blame necessarily Josh McDaniels as much for the play calling, because when I would see it on film, I would see guys open, and I would always go back to, hey, there is a lack of execution, which falls on the head coach, which falls on Josh McDaniels. I'm not putting that on AP yet because he's been with the team for 3 weeks, so we can't blame execution on him yet because it's not really his team. This is still falls on a lack of execution, which probably comes from a bad head coach, not having the team ready to do what needs to be done. Play in, play out, and so like I said, you got the best play call in the world, you have the best scheme, all that stuff. But if guys, like perfect example, that the Devontae pass, Devontae was wide open, it was schemed up good, it was a good play call, quarterback missed the throw. So there's only so much you can do if the guys aren't executing and they aren't holding up their end of the bargain on the field. So. It's the same old, man. It's just this team wasn't ready. The team just not ready, and we'll see what we do next week with the Chiefs. I mean, at this point, I'm not really hoping for no playoffs, man. I'm not hoping for it. This type of game is I'm okay with, right? A good game. Hey, we had a good showing, and we lose because this team ain't winning the Super Bowl. At this point, we just need a better pick. So as long as we stay competitive and we lose, I'm good with that, man. A competitive loss, our best draft position is possible. That way we can maximize what we do. A new regime comes in. or if it's AP. If it's AP and Champ, give these guys the best possible pick so they can build this team going forward in their image, and we can kind of hit the reset button next year. Hopefully, we have a better offseason. Smarter drafts, smarter free agent acquisitions. We need to get better at the quarterback position, whether it's development through AOC, whether we draft a guy, whether we bring in a better free agent, whether we make a trade. We need better quarterback play. And like I said, man, it's this is what I feared. I feared, when with the, and it was the right move, but at the end of the day, with firing Justin Daniels, we have to hit the reset button. But this is kind of what that space I didn't want us to be in, where we have to kind of pivot and change directions again. It seems that we keep having to do that, right? We keep starting to build something and we don't like it, so then we knock it all down and we start to build something again. And it's hard to complete that project when every other year you're building it and then you decide you don't like what's being built and you knock it all over again and you bring in a new architect and a new construction team and you guys start building it again, and then it's like, oh well, I don't like it, it's not being built fast enough, so let's knock it down and bring in, like, we keep doing it. We've been stuck in this cycle for such a long time.
And that's why like I agree with you when you said earlier in the chat when you're like, man, no matter what, we got to bring Patrick Graham back on defense. And I agree with that, man. Like, this defense, their second year on the same defense, and they're playing pretty well, man. They're keeping this team in games. If you look at all of our wins, they've been ugly wins. I mean, the defense has pretty much been the reason why we've won the game, not the offense. And I just feel like, man, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to figure out a way to bring him back. And I think let's just look at it from this perspective. The Raiders didn't get embarrassed on Sunday. They didn't get embarrassed against the number one offense on the road, 10 a.m. start. How many times have we watched this team go on in the East Coast, like this season when we played Buffalo, got blown out 38-10. We go to the Dolphins. It's a game all the way to the fourth quarter. Now, did we win? Was the offense ugly? Yes, but the defense played well. They kept them in the game. That might be. Do you think it's going to be good enough for Pierce to come back? Because that's how Patrick Graham is coming back. Because I don't see another head coach coming in here. That's just us hoping. But we're going to hope that a new head coach that hire a guy that he really doesn't know. Because you know how the NFL is all about who you know. It's like a fraternity.
Exactly. I mean that is the question. I don't think this was enough to, hey, you know what, AP is definitely keeping a job, but I think this is enough to say, you know what, it was a strong enough showing for him to stay in consideration just because of how hard the team played from the first snap to the final snap. This is the Dolphins team. I said it before the game. I think they're averaging like 43 points at home, thanks in large part to the 70 points they put up on the Broncos. But they're averaging like 40 something at home. And the Raiders generally, traveling to the East Coast on those 10 a.m. starts, they never do well. So the fact that we kept it this close, I think that's definitely a feather in the cap for AP. And traditionally, as you stated, a head coach comes in, he wants to bring in his own coordinators. Sometimes, those guys, if a certain unit is playing well enough, whether it's a defensive head coach and the offense is playing well, offensive head coach and defense is playing well, sometimes they'll keep the coordinator. I want to say that happened with Vic Fangio before. Somebody else came in and they ended up keeping Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I can't remember what stop that was at. But that might have been, was that with the Bears? I can't remember. But I think that happened with Vic Fangio before. So hopefully, even if we don't keep AP, we bring in an offensive guy. He looks at what Patrick Graham was able to do with his defense and says, you know what, if I can pair this with my offense, then we can do some great things.
And the crazy thing about the defense, they can get so much better. We just need some more talent. You know what I mean? There's so many areas of this team where you could be like, man, if we had some inside, a pass rushing D tackle, you know what I mean, a playmaking D tackle in the middle. If
we drafted Jalen Carter instead of Tyree Wilson, like that.
Hey, I hope next year is gonna be better, man. I just feel like this year you got it's a wash. It looks like it. You know what I mean? It looked like you got a young raw rookie pass rusher who missed the entire offseason and including off-season workouts, training camp, everything, you name it. And I don't think the plan was for him to play this much. You know, the plan was to have Chandler Jones on the other side with Max Crosby. We all know what happened there. That didn't happen. So I think, and if you remember, I brought this up to you before. If you remember, there was like a video breaking down Tyree Wilson's injury, and the guy that was breaking it down, he says this guy most likely has a Lindsfrick injury, some type of foot injury, which you don't come back really 100% until the second year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of seen that injury in the past. I believe Darren McFadden had the injury. I think Kobe Ford might have had the injury before too. So I know for sure Darren McFadden had the injury.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a tough injury that's the thing. I think teams knew about that injury beforehand. So it's not a situation where generally when guys come into the draft injured,
mm-hmm.
That is something that you kind of hold against them, right? You draft them later on in the first round, because they're injured and they're not going to produce their first year. So like you said, and I think that the whole Chandler Jones thing, they expected maybe him to have a little bit more time
Mm-hmm.
To kind of, heal and develop. But we already knew we were sorely lacking, in terms of the ability to generate pressure up the middle. And you have a generational guy. And this goes back to Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, and them not wanting to – I think they're scared to deal with people that are malcontents, which is why I was surprised they brought in like Marcus Peters, because they want, lunch pail. Like they don't want guys that could potentially be any kind of problem. So I think that's part of the reason why they stayed away from Jalen Carter. And I also think Mark Davis probably has something to do with it as well.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it too.
But,
I think it's a big part of it.
But at the end of the day, man, Jalen Carter, he flashes elite talent. But we have Tyree Wilson is a guy that I think can develop. Hopefully, he comes back next year. I don't know if it was him that made the decision. I don't know if it was a D-line coach or if it was Patrick Graham, but whoever decided to take him out of a 3-point stance and put him in a 2-point stance, that helps tremendously with his ball get off. So he has looked better than he did those initial snaps he played, but he has a lot of development. He has all the tools, so hopefully next year, we're able to do something. I don't know which direction we're going to draft, unless it's a quarterback. I don't know what the next regime will think. I don't know what AP ultimately will end up thinking about AOC, or what the next regime will think of him, but. Quarterback is kind of the obvious choice. And I mentioned Jaden Daniels. I think he is a guy that'll be there. I mean, right now, the clear top two people are Caleb and Drake May. I think third is Michael Penix Jr. In my opinion, if I was drafted number one overall, I told people C.J. Stroud was my number one guy last year. I would draft Michael Penix over Drake May and Caleb Williams. And, in the range we're going to probably be drafting in, it's looking like Jaden Daniels should be available. So, and Bo Nix is in the mix there as well. But I like
Jaden is a Heisman candidate, right?
Yeah, he's Heisman, but he's probably not going to win. Bo Nix is going to probably win it. Jaden he should be the favorite, but his team has lost some games, and Bo Nix is undefeated, and he's killing it in Oregon. Like Bo Nix, I think he scored his team. He put up 6 touchdowns yesterday. Jaden Daniels put up 8 touchdowns yesterday. So, I think he put up 7 through the air, 1 in the ground, or 6 through the air and 2 in the ground. But he's like a Vince Young RG3 hybrid. Like he's that kind of dude where he can do it with his legs. Like on one play,
he's not a super big. He's not a super big dude as far as like his weight. Like I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", right? 6'3", 6'4".
He's like my size. He's like 6'4", 210, 215. He's like basically my same size. So he's not a super big dude, but he's athletic as all get out. He's a guy that knows how to get down on the ground as well. And like I said, man, the dude is electric in the open field. Like he actually, like we talk about people breaking ankles, he actually put a move on the dude, and the dude like literally like sprained his ankle. Like he was against Alabama. It was a crazy play. Like you see dude's ankle roll up, he's on the ground like writhing in pain. Like he's exciting in the open field, man. He'll be in the kind of excitement we haven't had in a quarterback since Terrell Pryor, really, and before Terrell, not really ever.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a much needed change with the way the league is going. We'll finally have a guy that's able to kind of kind of do that kind of thing. But
We'll
like I
see,
said,
man.
the
We'll
next one step,
we'll see. Let me get to the chat real quick. My guy Severe. Alan Gomez says I went to Miami so we can see his loss. Hey man, me and Severe were at that Pittsburgh game. I think I met up with Severe and I watched the game as well. Like and the Raiders lost. So sometimes when you go watch your team, it's not a guarantee. Hopefully you had a good time. You ready to root for your team because when you watch a football game live, it's not the same as watching a house. You're gonna be into the game. Energy's gonna be crazy. But hey, at least it was a game. At least it wasn't a blowout. Like it was all the way to the fourth quarter. So at least you had something to root for all the way to the end. But yeah, man, hopefully they can bounce back from this game. Raiders 75-28. He says that's crazy. Raiders 75-28. He says AOC and JJ better step it up next week because it's the Chiefs defense and they're phenomenal. Yes, we hopefully they don't get embarrassed because I think that's a game where I think Mark Davis will look at, and if he feels like the Raiders get embarrassed by their rivals and the Chiefs, he's going to want to look in a different direction because it's a wait and see with Mark Davis. He's not 100% sure who's going to be the next guy, but he's going to give AP a chance. And I feel like if AP gets a chance, I feel like some of the people on the staff are going to come back, specifically Patrick Graham, like you mentioned. I think that's going to be his best chance of coming back. Because I'm with you. I want a little bit of consistency on his team. And best case scenario is AP's the guy. Patrick Graham comes back. And yeah, hopefully we draft a QB. I think someone in the chat wants to say something about your he said, I think my guy he says, I disagree with a first round QB, to be honest. Jerzon Newton is a beast at D tackle. Second round we'll have guys that are great at QB like Cam Ward. Okay.
I've seen Cam Ward play. I'm not a big fan of Cam Ward. Cam Ward is the quarterback at Washington State, and they kind of run like a gimmicky offense. I've seen him have some like horrible games. He's a mobile guy. He has a pretty nice arm. At the beginning of the year, he was probably one of the Heisman favorites. Like through the first like 3 or 4 games, he was putting up like ridiculous video game numbers. And he played. I'm a UCLA fan. He played UCLA, and they destroyed him. And it was kind of downhill for him since then, like up and down since then. So he's not a guy. He's like a developmental guy. But like I said, if I have a choice between Jerzon's gonna probably go higher than we're able to pick. He might be Latua's gonna probably be a top 5 guy. Jerzon's gonna probably be like a top 7-ish guy as well. I don't know if we'll be picking it in that range or not, but I don't think we'll have an opportunity to get him. I'm pretty sure we'll have an opportunity to get Jaden Daniels.
He also says Bo Nix isn't raw at all in my opinion. So he's coming.
I didn't say Bo Nix is raw. I didn't say Bo Nix. Bo Nix is like 24 years old, bro. He better not be raw.
Even if he was 24 years old, like obviously we if you're at that age, you want to be ready, but it's like you mentioned. Sometimes it's the type of system that you come out of. You want to. A lot of these QBs when they get recruited, they want to make sure they're ready for the NFL game. So they want to go to like an offense that prepares them for the league. And I think that's probably what he's talking about. Maybe you made a reference to that, but who knows? But Alan Gomez says Mark Davis was mad and they caught him on camera saying that what the yeah. Hey, Mark Davis is a fan, bro. He's a fan of the team, man. He's a fan of the team, just like everybody else. He's over there chilling, watching the game, front row, whatever, suite, wherever he's sitting in the stadium.
With some honey dips.
With some wings. We caught him eating some wings one time.
I'm talking about some ticks. You got the game with like 2-3 ticks.
Man,
I'm trying to be like Jerry Buck.
Yeah. But hey, look, it's still 6 games left, so we'll see how it shakes out. It's kind of interesting, man, because I'm hearing reports, and we've always heard these reports. Did you hear about the Jim Harbaugh being interested in being the Raider head coach?
I did hear about that, man, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not going in that direction, man. I'd rather go like the Mike McDaniels type route, or the DeMeco Ryans type route, where it's like a young guy, a young motivator like that than go with another like older retreaders type guy. We've tried that. We've tried that enough.
Yeah,
and
it's just too risky.
It really hasn't worked. It really hasn't worked, man.
It's too risky, man. He's been away from the game for like what, 10 years now, at least 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not saying it won't work out wherever he goes. We all know that wherever Jim Harbaugh has went, they won. But especially with the scandal with him out in Michigan, you know how the NFL works. Like if he comes in coach for a team, like the NFL might just end up suspending him for the first 4 games of the season, and then that's going to be a huge dent on the Raiders season. It's just like, come on, I don't even want to do that. And on top of that too, the style of his coaching style, you think it's going to be a fit with this roster? You know what I mean? Like, let's just.
Yeah, I think you kind of get into the same thing that you get into before, where it's like, if you got an authoritarian type guy that's not really, I think he's better at it than Josh McDaniels in terms of, being more able to connect with players. Like he was able to kind of get the best out of Kaepernick, but you still got some of the same stuff you got with Josh. And like I said, I just don't want to go in that direction again, man. Like sometimes it can work, right? You look at what Peterson is doing with Jacksonville, and that's working. But most of the best coaches in the league right now, outside of Andy Reid, there are these younger guys or first-time head coaches, that have come in and that they're able to better connect with the players, man. So I just.
Hey, one has a question for you. He said, well, he doesn't have a question. He made a statement. He said UCLA has a great defense, and Cam Ward is top 5 passing with 0 weapons. So that's his Cam Ward argument.
Cam Ward also struggled against Stanford. He had a pretty bad game against Arizona State. He had a bad game against Arizona. Like he had a okay game against Wisconsin. Like he's had some pretty up and down performances. Like I said, I'm a Pac-12 guy. I watch Pac-12 football. I know all about Cam Ward. He's also an LA dude, so I know all about Cam Ward. Like these are people I watch.
Right.
So like I said, I prefer Jaden Daniels in the first, than Cam Ward in the second. He's a guy. Like I said, he has talent. He's mobile. He's a developmental guy, but I'm taking Jaden Daniels over Cam Ward.
Alex,
Jaden Daniels is doing it in the SEC too. Like he's putting up these numbers in the SEC.
That's a good point. SEC is like a good barometer for when you're trying to figure out if a guy is ready for NFL competition, because you got so many NFL guys coming out of that conference. It's crazy. Alan Gomez says, do you want Brian Hoyer? Nah, bro. You know, it's funny too. Going into the season, I was not excited about the quarterback position. It was like and it's crazy that we settled on Hoyer. I mean, not Hoyer, but Aiden O'Connell, is because he's like the only guy that has some type of potential on the roster. But it just looks like he might be a guy that might be a solid backup from years to come. That might be the case. Yeah. He's 25-year-old rookie. Like he's a 25-year-old rookie. Like he's supposed to be NFL ready as far as, learn. Like, and you could see it at times. You're like, hey, man, he looks good, pretty good out there. He's looking at the entire field. You see him move, but it's just, man, there's a few misses out there. I'm not gonna lie, there were some misses during the game. If you remember that, I think it was the last drive. I think he had a huge miss on Devontae Adams. There was a 4th down and 2, or is it 4th down and 1, where we're literally this is in the fourth quarter. I don't know if that was the play call. I don't know if that's on the QB, but no matter what, Aiden O'Connell threw the ball to Jacoby Myers, and it looked like it was double covered. Great coverage by Jalen Ramsey, and Aiden O'Connell was testing Jalen Ramsey all game long, and it wasn't happening.
I don't know why, man. I do not know why. Now, I think he stayed away from him in most of the first quarter, and I think for some reason midway through the second quarter he decided to start testing him, man. And I guess Jalen Ramsey got tired of it, and he got him. Did he pick him off twice or once? He picked him off that one time for sure. Did he get him twice?
At least twice. He got him on. Like I think it was like maybe in the first half, maybe second half interception. And then obviously that last interception to end the game. That was a great interception too.
That was a great play, man.
Snoop saying the same thing, man. ALC, he talks about that same play. Goes deep on 4th and 2. All we needed was a first down. This is in the first quarter with about 5 minutes left. I'm like, man, like, get the first down. We're like in field goal range, but obviously we're going for on 4th down when we could have kicked the field goal. That wasn't the issue. We were trying to score a touchdown. But still, it was another drive where we came empty on points, where we had a short field and didn't capitalize. Like you mentioned earlier.
That's the one that Jacoby up the sideline? Talking about that one?
Yeah, man. That was so, like, I just didn't understand. Like, and guess what? It wasn't even in the field of play. I hate those types of plays. Like, 4th down, like.
Even if you throw a 4th down interception, like, bro, who cares?
Who cares?
Anyway, so
who cares?
Get a guy a chance to make a play,
Facts, man. It was just ugly on offense all day long. Snoops also says Harbaugh in trouble in the NCAA, and now he's interested for the Raiders head coach job. Yeah, that's not a good combination. I just don't like that combination. He needs to go to the Patriots or something like that, like somewhere where, or not even the Patriots, somewhere where like the NFL won't. Like the NFL's.
The NFL not gonna pay attention to him.
Yeah. If he comes to the Raiders, he's gonna get suspended. He's gonna, man, they're gonna throw a big book at him, And I don't want that.
Let him go to Tennessee. Oh yeah. Or Belichick leaves. Let him go to the Patriots. I'm thinking another coach is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
The Chargers Chargers might be firing the guy. I don't know, but I'm cool on him, man. Like I said, but Ben Johnson and Bobby Slowick, are the 2 guys at the top of my list right now.
Is it Slowick is the OC for C.J. Stroud with the Texans, right?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
He's not a Harbaugh guy. He's a Shanahan guy. And
Shanahan disciple.
Yep. The DeMeco Ryans got Mike McDaniel. I mean, those guys seem to be doing well as head coaches, man. And so I'm looking at whatever he got in the sauce over there, man. And that those guys are having success. So the NFL is a copycat league. So you just got to copy the right cat. And I'm gonna copy what's working.
Nah, hey, you can't go wrong, man, because a lot of people went wrong going after Patriots assistants, thinking that they could replicate the success for the Patriots. That didn't work. But when teams go after Shanahan assistants, it tends to work, man. Like, how many head coaches are head coaches from that Shanahan tree? Like, you think of Sean McVay, Shanahan, the guy out in Green Bay. I know they're trying to figure out their quarterback position, but, they were winning. Say it again?
Yeah, LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur with Green Bay. And then, obviously, you mentioned, would you say, I don't know if you want to say he's from his coaching tree. He was part of his he was his defensive coordinator. So I guess that's a little bit the guy from the guy that coaches the head coach of the Texans.
Yeah, talking about DeMeco Ryans. Yeah, well, he was his defense. Well, even Salah's not having as much success because the quarterback play, but his team plays hard. But yeah, but part of the thing is that when DeMeco Ryans left, Shanahan, he took a bunch of those guys with him. So like Bobby Slowick was one of those guys that was I think he was a QB coach over there, and so he took Bobby Slowick with him, and just the way they operate, just the way they operate as a team, man, it seems to work. It just seems to work. Whatever they do in terms of building culture, D'Amico has a great culture going with the Texans. They're a team that, like nobody gave them a chance to do anything. C.J. Stroud came in as a rookie quarterback. People weren't even sure he was going to win the job over Davis Mills. He had the worst rated receiving core according to PFF in the league before the season, and now he's a guy that's in the MVP conversation. So whatever they're doing at San Fran, in terms of building the culture and coaching up the offense, I think I want a little bit of that.
Yeah, they just haven't won a Super Bowl, which I'm okay with. But like the way they're building their rosters, their team, it's like, man, like it's crazy, bro. Like they got talent everywhere, coaching staff, everything about them is top notch, man. They from the front office to down to the players that's on the team. So I mean, we'll see how it works out, man. So if it ain't AP, because I think that's best case scenario, because we'll be able to bring some people back that are good, not the ones that we think are not good at their job. The ones that we feel like are getting the job done, meaning Patrick Graham, Pierce comes back. I think the way it's looking like, I'm not sure if they're going to come back with Bo as a as the OC. Like, I had a little bit of hope. I had a little bit of hope, but I think that was the McDaniels effect because we were just so happy that McDaniels was gone. But
exactly.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, I'm staying away from that. I'm sorry, Bo, man.
Yeah, man. I'm cool, man.
Like the thing about it, we talk about bad quarterback play beforehand, and Aiden O'Connor's been shaky. Jimmy G was trash. Brian Hoyer was trash, and Bo was the QB coach. So it's like, this is do what you want to. This is do what you want. Running your offense. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm poaching somebody. I don't know who. I think that the Texans, they got, what's my man's name? He used to be a quarterback in the league. What's dude's name? Who's their quarterback coach? He was a quarterback in the league for a little while. I cannot think of his name. Jared Johnson. Jared Johnson is their quarterback coach. And I wouldn't mind taking a look at Jared Johnson as offensive coordinator. He's a guy, like I said, he's kind of in that Shanahan tree. So I wouldn't mind him coming over and bringing a little bit of that over here for us if we want to go in that direction.
Yeah, it's not looking like it, but there's 6 games left, so we'll see how it works out. But I think defensively, all season long, we've kind of been impressed with they're better than we thought they were, Yeah. But exactly. Offensively, like they might need to blow it up. They might need to blow it up, man. It's too much money.
And it sucks, man, because I think if we blow it up, I think we'll lose Edgar Bennett, who I think is a hell of a wide receivers coach.
Yeah.
I think I kind of think he'll be out of here. I don't know where he'll go. Maybe back to Green Bay. Or maybe he'll find somewhere else to go, but I think he'll be gone. So it would hurt to lose him, but overall, man, we just need some fresh faces on that side of the ball.
Alec Gomez is talking about what do you want DC back? Hey, DC's gone, man.
By DC, does he mean defensive coordinator Patrick Graham?
No, he's talking about Derek Carr and Adams was the perfect combo. Then he says severe. He got a question. He says, what happened if DC came back next year? Oh, man.
For what?
Yeah, man.
DC is having a rough go of it with New Orleans. New Orleans has, they're in a weak division. They have some of the best weapons in the league. And if you look at, can't guard Mike, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. Then they got Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. And then they got Taysom Hill, which is like the ultimate X factor. And he's still, I think before, they were one of the last teams to score 20 points in the league as well. So and they've been struggling. So I don't want DC back. DC, he had one of the worst years of his career last year. He's following that up with a pretty bad year this year with New Orleans. New Orleans fans were if you look at, especially after, what game was it?
I will say though, I will say in defensive DC, I think their offensive coordinator is terrible. I don't like that. Peter Carmichael,
Carmichael?
Yeah, he's not good. He's not good at all. Because they were literally, they wanted to get rid of him last year, but I guess they didn't find a replacement for him, so they just stuck with him, but obviously that's not working out. But yeah, man, DC, that's old news, man. Raiders need to move on. Even if we brought him back, he wouldn't be the answer because look at our division. It's full of quarterbacks that are Super Bowl content. Well, I don't even say that too much. I'll say one, Patrick Mahomes, but you got Herbert, which I think is a better quarterback at this point in their career for sure. And then you got Russell Wilson, who's actually playing. He's not playing too bad. He kind of cleaned it up a little bit. He's playing pretty solid. He's not playing terrible. And then obviously you look at the Raiders situation. We got the worst quarterback situation in the division, and the AFC is full of quarterbacks too as well. So it's just not a good match. We need to find someone young, someone that's able to make something happen when it's not there. Because I think in a game like this, when you're down 13-20, you would like a playmaking quarterback. You would like a quarterback to get something done with his legs. It just felt like the passing game wasn't there, and then it just And then when no one was open, because I'm sure like it was tough to find someone open when you got Xavier Howard and you got Jalen Ramsey on the other side. But when no one was open, like you would want a quarterback to at least buy some time in the pocket, roll out, do what you can to get to buy some time for your receivers to get open, or even get some yards with your legs. We didn't see that today with Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, and we don't need Lamar Jackson, but we need, like I said, like Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, guys that they're not gonna run all over the yard on you, but if there's an opening there, I'm gonna get 4 or 5 yards. Like that's enough to keep the chains moving, to make it you go from 2nd and 10 to 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Like that's manageable, right? And or if it's a 3rd and 5, the 3rd and 4. Hey, I can get the first down if you need it. Like even Derek Carr under Gruden, when Gruden finally kind of forced him to start doing that, we saw a little bit more of that. Now, subsequently, that could have been the reason why he was, kind of nicked up often, and he was complaining about, oh, you guys don't know what I'm dealing with or what I have to do to play. So maybe that could have led to some of his downfall this past year. But when he started to run a little bit more, I think we were all excited to kind of see that. But yeah, we need some mobility out there, man, because Aiden O'Connell is a statue back there, and we're trying to recreate Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, but this is a new league, man, and these defenders are faster and more athletic than they've ever been.
Right.
And it's hard to operate. When it's easier to operate your offense when you have 11, or you have that extra threat in the field. When your quarterback is a threat to run, he always has to be accounted for. So that takes more defenders out of coverage, and they actually have to watch the quarterback. And I think that gives you a little bit of advantage.
Yeah. I agree 100%. That's when Aiden O'Connell got drafted, I wasn't excited about it. I was just like, come on, man. Like we're getting a classic drop back passer in a league where, we got to keep up with the times. I feel like the Raiders are just so late to the party. Like, why are we late to getting a quarterback that's mobile enough to buy some time, to get some yards with his legs? Because that's the way. Look, if you look at the best quarterback in the league, you got Patrick Mahomes. He's a guy that can do it all. You know what I mean? You get the next quarterback, and if you look at the entire NFL, almost every starting NFL quarterback can get some yards with their legs, along with their arm. You know what I mean? I think someone mentioned before, and it was good. Kirk Cousins might be the last pocket passer. You know what I mean? That you could think of, and he's out for the season. And then even Derek Carr is a pocket passer, but even Derek Carr, like if he had a gun to his head, he'll give you some. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not slow, is what I'm trying to say. He'll be able to get some yards.
Yeah, Derek Carr, even Kirk Cousins, they're more mobile than Aiden O'Connell. Both of them, by Derek Carr by a pretty big margin, and even Kirk Cousins is more like Aiden O'Connell is he's in that.
He cannot move, bro.
Ryan,
yeah.
Matt Ryan mode where it's like his feet are in cement, man. Like he tries to run, they just
right,
bro. So,
look, one got a scenario. Not to cut you off, one got a good scenario here right now. He says, hear me out. I would like to keep Patrick Graham at defensive coordinator and get Eric Bieniemy from Washington as a head coach. I think our defense is getting right now. I think he pretty much saying our defense looks good right now. Bieniemy is an offensive genius. What y'all think? So I'll just say real quick. Bieniemy, from what I've heard, it's a lot of mixed messages with him. I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't know if the Raiders would feel comfortable going after a guy like Eric Bieniemy, where he's kind of known as that. He's kind of tough. He's a tough-minded head coach. He's tough on the players. You hear guys that are very outspoken, like LaShawn McCoy, talk about man, the dude, no one likes him. That's the reason why he's not a head coach, and yada, yada, yada. And that could be just more of a personal thing between him. They just never got along. But you just keep hearing that. We heard that with Washington early in the offseason. We heard the players going up to the head coach, which is Ron Rivera right now. And I don't even know why Ron Rivera actually put it out there. But he said players came up to him talking about Bieniemy is just too hard. He's too tough, and yada, yada, yada. They were complaining about him. So I don't know. What do you think with Bieniemy? I like Patrick Graham to come back, but Bieniemy, on one side, he developed one of the greatest offenses in modern day. Is like he like the fact that he was able to coach that top offense with Andy Reid and develop that quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, and he's doing a good job with the quarterback out there in Washington. You got that side.
Sam Howell is one of those boomer. He's one of those boomer bust guys where either Sam Howell he's like playing one of the best quarterbacks. Sam Howell is like, what was that guy with Chicago? I think it's Rex Grossman, where like Rex Grossman either looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league or he looks horrible.
Yeah,
that's kind of how Sam Howell is playing this year. Like Sam Howell, he's either gonna they just got curb stomped by the Giants, right? So DeVito just went up there and beat him. I think Sam Howell, is a guy that's he's thrown multiple interceptions in several games this year, and I hear a lot of, as you kind of alluded to, I hear a lot of the same stuff about the enemy that we were hearing about. Josh McDaniels, in terms of these guys are offensive geniuses. Yeah, they are, but it's their ability to connect with players, right? And I think that the enemy is he's had some of those issues already in Washington. He just got there. Now, you think that guys, they would be kind of on their best behavior when the new coach comes in, especially the guy that comes in with rings, kind of like Josh McDaniels and Eric Bieniemy, guys who came in with rings. But the players weren't jiving with what he's doing, and if you don't have immediate success, guys aren't going to take you cussing them out or you calling them out during film sessions if it's not translating to more success on the field. So I think it will be we'll run into some of the same problems we already had, and I don't want to just put a black face on it, and it's not going to be okay just because it's coming from a black dude. Like,
yeah,
we're going to run into some of the same issues. Like, some of the if he's not, guys don't like him. He's riding guys too hard. He's cussing guys out too much, and guys aren't. It's not building that connection. We've kind of seen that already for the past 2 years, and as soon as we got rid of that, we started having some success. So.
Well, and today's player too, as well, is like they can't. I don't know if they can take that type of coaching. Like
yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? It's one of those like high risk, like I don't know. It's high risk type of moves where you feel like like you see why you would want him as a head coach. You could see like, okay, this guy knows how to develop a QB. We're in need of a QB. We can draft one high in the first round, second round, whatever the case may be. Have them develop them. You got a good, and that's what kind of made Mark Davis kind of fall in love with Josh McDaniels, because he was the offensive minded coach. He developed with quotation quarterbacks in that system. So he was thinking. He even mentioned it in his press conference when he hired McDaniels. Was like his ability to develop young QBs. And I could tell Mark Davis bringing that up, he's thinking about like, okay, when we get a young QB to replace Derek Carr at the time, we have a coach that can develop him. That didn't happen. And I think that with Bieniemy, it's kind of the same type of situation in that, okay, he could develop a QB, but then like, are you sure he can be the head coach? You know what I mean? Are you sure that he won't lose this locker room? If they start losing a little bit, it can go left. So, like, I think a player's coach, I'm looking at a player's coach, a guy that can motivate players, but at the same time, let the players run that locker room. Kind of like, I think that's why there's a little bit of an excitement with Pierce. You can see they're playing hard, bro. They're playing hard out there.
No, they're playing super hard.
They're playing hard for Antonio Pierce. So I think, man, if he can make it competitive until the very end for this season, as far as like, what would you say? What would it take for Antonio Pierce to come back? Let's talk about that, because I don't think Bieniemy is going to be the guy for the Raiders.
Now, I think I was in a live with you and Ray before this season. I wanted to say, I think you asked a similar question: like, what would it take for us to keep Josh McDaniels? And I believe my answer was not necessarily a win-loss record. I said that the team would have to play hard. They would have to play, keep games close, and he couldn't lose the locker room. And I think he failed on all three fronts. So that's why Josh McDaniels isn't here.
Right.
I don't want to put a win. I don't want to put a win-loss record on Antonio Pierce, especially him taking over in these kind of circumstances, because it's a lot. It's different than when Bisaccia took over, because at that point we still had a veteran quarterback that was entrenched and kind of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have that. We don't have that this year. So they made the decision. I'm sure some of that came from Mark, and some of that might have been chance as well. Like, we're going to ride with AOC for the rest of the year to at least see what we have in them organizationally to make the decision whether or not we want to proceed with him. So I don't think that should be held against Antonio Pierce. I think he has to be competitive. I think the games we're supposed to win, he has to win. I think we have to beat the Broncos. I think we have to beat the Chargers coming up. But other than that, as long as we stay competitive and the team is making progress from where we were in the beginning of the year, I think he'll be in strong consideration. Now, also, will factor into it is who else will be interested in the job. The way that we've been firing coaches recently, that doesn't bode well for guys who are looking for some job security, especially guys on their first job who don't want to come into a situation where they have to be looking over their shoulders every week. That could play a role in it as well. So depending on what candidates we have that are legit interested and how hard this team plays down the stretch, I think that could all factor into it. But the main thing is team playing hard and Antonio Pierce continuing to develop that relationship with the leaders on his team.
Yeah, I remember when you first answered that question about, I think I remember you talking about McDaniel when we asked you about McDaniels, but I think it changes for Pierce though. I think it changes a little bit for Pierce. I feel like on one side of me is like, all right, Mark Davis, he probably feels guilty, or he felt like, because he apologized to the team about McDaniels being the head coach, because I think the reason why he apologized because he remembers where he could have went with Bisaccia. But instead, he was like, no, I want to go with the X's and O's guy. I want to go with the guy with the rings. And then you got a great leader in Bisaccia who was able to galvanize that locker room. Obviously, they went to the playoffs. They lost, but it was still like a close game against a Super Bowl, a team that made a Super Bowl appearance in the Bengals. Fast forward, where now we have Pierce. I think he wants him to be the guy, but at the same time, there's a little bit of Mark Davis probably wants someone out there that has has more of a resume, has a little bit more experience. He wants to go after the big name. So I feel like Pierce has to win some games, in my opinion. They're gonna have to play hard, but that's not the question. I think the question is, like, can he be a head coach? Can he lead this team to win some victories? And I think, in my opinion, I think that he needs to win a little bit more than a McDaniels was. Like, McDaniels, he lost the locker. Like you said, he lost the locker room. He wasn't winning any games. All he had to do was show a little bit of improvement, but he didn't show that, especially with the offense being as bad as it was. So that was a bad look for him. I think with Pierce, I think if he finished, I think if they win, let's see, like they're at 5-6 right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, give me 8-9. 8-9.
I think that's doable. I mean, we got some winnable games. I think we still got, we got another game against the Broncos. The Broncos are playing better. Another game against the Chargers. The Chargers they look like they're low-key quitting on Staley. We got the Colts. We got the Vikings, I want to say, still. So, I mean, those are 4 winnable games right there. So we can get 3 out of those 4. And then we also got the Chiefs twice. So that's in the mix. I'm not anticipating us winning either one of those games. But we can get 1 out of the Vikings, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Colts. If we get 3 of those, I think that'll put them in pretty good position. I think they'll put them in a pretty good position. I don't think the Bisaccia thing is going to work. I know we love Bisaccia. I don't know if that guy would have been the right choice for a head coach, to be honest with you. I think that team kind of caught lightning in the bottle. There was also some luck involved with,
No, I get moving on from Bisaccia. I get that 100%. I think maybe you should have gave him like 1 year. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have, because it was a tough move to go away from that. when he literally coached that team to the playoffs. Yeah. Like at least give him another year, give him another shot, like give him a 2-year deal, whatever the case may be, because no one's ever. It's not like he had like a long line around the NFL to hire him as a head coach. He's never been a head coach. So,
but see, my thing is that he's been in the league for that long. You know, is there a reason for that? You feel me? Because like I said, as much fun as it was to watch that team, go to the playoffs that year, there was a lot of luck involved in there. I think the coach collapsed down the stretch. That was the biggest part in us, making it to the playoffs. I think especially at that last week, I think the Colts had to beat the Jaguars. All they had to do was beat the Jaguars, and the Jaguars were a horrible team at the time, and the Colts went up there and got curbed down. I think they had to lose 4 games in a row, something crazy like that. Some crazy stuff had to happen for us to make the playoffs, and all that stuff lined up. Now we had to go out there and take care of business ourselves as well, and for the most part we did it that year. But there was a lot of luck involved with us making the playoffs that year. But nobody's, Versace has been around a long time. And nobody has ever, I don't even think he's ever had an interview.
But it's kind of it's tough. It's tough for a special teams coordinator to get head coaching jobs, though. To be honest with you, it's not like it doesn't happen all the time. Like obviously, there's one example. Like you got
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh, who's the head coach for the Ravens, and then after that, did Joe Judge get hired? Was he?
Yeah, Joe Judge. Joe Judge was head coach of the Giants.
Right, but he was a former special teams coordinator, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so, right? So yeah, it's not a lot of examples. Like the fact that we got to think about it, that should tell you everything you need to know. Like there's not a lot of examples. Ja Rader says we should rank top 10 defense after what we did to the Dolphins offense. We got humbled. This loss got AP pissed. If AP beats the Chiefs and goes winning streak, he's staying. Yeah, I agree. If he beats the Chiefs, he's definitely going to have a conversation. Because even with, I think what sealed the deal for Bisaccia, I think what was on Mark's mind was when the Chiefs blew us out. The 2 games that we played the Chiefs, and the Raiders got blown out by the Chiefs in 2021. If you remember that, even though we went to the playoffs, we got blown out by the Chiefs. It wasn't even a close game. So that kind of
that was a year after we had beat them the year before, and we played them very close that second game.
Yeah.
That same year, and then did they do the ring? Did they do the ring around the rosy against us with Bisaccia? Is that game when what's my man's name went out to the middle of the field and was what's my name, the pass rusher from Ngakoue?
Yeah, Ngakoue, yeah.
And then they went out there and they curb stomped us, and Travis Kelce was that the game? No, was that last year with Travis Kelce? You had 4 touchdowns.
No. That was the game. Yeah, I think Travis Kelce had multiple touchdowns last year, but it seems like he always does. But that was the game. Ngakoue the year before, 2021. He went on the middle of the field. It was in Kansas City, on the logo. Yeah, I remember that. And we got blown out. Crazy. But that backfired, and that was probably fresh on Mark Davis' mind when he thought about bringing Bisaccia back. He was like, yeah, good guy. He probably had a little respect for him or whatever, but he was just thinking long term, like, can this guy be a head coach for the Raiders for the next how many years? But it's a risk he took, a risk he paid for with McDaniels. I don't think he makes the same mistake twice with Pierce. If Pierce is able to finish strong with this team, meaning win some games, that's how I look at it. But the good positive thing is the Raiders are going to have plenty of options as far as candidates for head coaching jobs. Like it's not like there's not a lot of guys. You mentioned like Slowick, Ben Johnson, Frank Smith, the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins.
Oh, for the Dolphins.
Who was a former tight ends coach for the Raiders. He was on the John Gruden staff. So there's some options. There's a defensive coordinator from the Dolphins as well. I don't know if you're big on him. A lot of people are talking about him. There's a few people
He coordinator from the Johnson. Yeah, now I know that
for the Panthers. A lot of people talk about it. He used to be the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. Last year, he was the defensive coordinator for the Broncos.
The number one defense. Yeah, the number one defense. And then when they brought in Sean Payton, Sean Payton decided not to bring him back. And which I don't know why, but okay. And but I think the thing about him is that if we bring him in, we likely go away from Patrick Graham because he runs a 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Graham has ran both systems. I think it seems he's favored the 4-3 as a base. And since you're in sub packages most of the time anyway, it could be a situation where, you know what, hey, even though you prefer a 4-3 base, we're in sub package 70% of the time, 75% of the time. So
yeah,
it still work. But I know he's a 3-4 guy.
Right. And Ja Raiders says if we had Miller, different story. Yeah, that's what. I didn't realize that until like later in the game. Miller missed the game with the injury, so that kind of that could be a huge impact in the run game. So that could have been a huge impact there. Different story, possibly. I mean, when you lose a one-score game where the defense is playing lights out pretty much. I mean, I don't want to say perfect game, but like they were able to force turnovers, get them on the field. If you look at the final numbers, this is where stats don't tell the whole story. You know what I mean? Like it really didn't tell the whole story because like literally Dolphins got like at least like 400 yards of offense. They were able to move the ball down the field, but at the end of the day, like we were able to get them out off on third down, fourth down. We had like a big fourth down stop. We forced like about 3-4 turnovers, stuff like that. Defense was coming up, making plays and keeping us in the game until like literally we lost the game 20-13. We lost in the last play to drive pretty much it ended the game for us. So
that's what's frustrating for your defense. When your defense is turning the ball over, giving you favorable field position or stopping them from scoring, and then the offense isn't going out there and capitalizing on it. I mean that's what kept the game, kind of so close, is that our defense was out there, turning the ball like force 3-4 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there generally when you force that amount of turnovers, you kind of expect to win the game, and it's tough for us to not win this game.
So, Ja Raider says 72 was getting bullied. I think you're talking about Chubb. Chubb was bullying Illuminor.
Yeah. I mean, Illuminor wasn't playing horribly. I mean, him and Munford both had their struggles in pass protection, and I think Jalen Phillips was giving Thayer Munford the business. Thayer Munford, he's just too slow-footed, man. He's too slow-footed. You get a guy with any type of athleticism, man. He's just, he's running around that guy. Jalen Phillips had 2 sacks, I want to say.
Yeah, but I see him make some holes in the run game, though. I seen him make some holes in the run game.
Yeah, he's a grinder in the run game. He's great in the run game. I think, man, next year, I think old boy out of Arkansas is going to probably be the future at right tackle. I can't think of my guy's name, the UDFA out of Arkansas. 6'8" dude. I can't think of his name. But I think that's the future of right tackle. I think.
The guy that we put on IR. I think we put him on IR. I think we stashed him away. I think I know who you're talking about. Name can't come to me, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think he's the future of right tackle.
Okay. Yeah, man, and I already know Ja Raider's gonna say something about this. He said Jim Harbaugh Brady is the one to say who's the next head coach, and he's attending Michigan versus Ohio. Man, and that's the one thing that I'm concerned about is that like Tom Brady has literally found a way to get in Mark Davis's circle, and he's advising him on who the next guy is gonna be like. And I really think that for sure, Mark Davis is gonna be listening to what Brady has to say on who the next head coach should be. So I think that's going to be interesting because, I was like I said, I gave Mark Davis credit for getting rid of McDaniels and owing all that money and still making the move, but I'm still kind of concerned, man. Like this dude, he continues to like have people around him where I'm like, are you going to really let this guy tell you who you should hire, who you should not? Because I think McDaniels it was all Ken Henrock, right? When he got hired, I think Ken Henrock, he was a guy that Mark Davis depended on when interviewing interviewing McDaniels, and he never even asked him about the Denver Broncos and that coaching stint, which is crazy. But it is what it is. For sure, like what happened? Was it true? Like what happened here? Like I would want to hear what he had to say, because if he said anything that didn't make any sense, that will probably influence your final decision. Maybe you don't know.
Exactly. Like, and it's just like if you just hiring just like somebody for a regular job. Okay, well, what happened at your last job? Why are you leaving there? Like, what would they say about your work ethic? Like, that stuff. Those are stuff you ask people. Like, that's one of the first things you ask somebody. So it's like for him, like that's malpractice for that to not be asked.
Right. John Leon says, "Do we keep Champ Kelly?" I think we keep him. I feel like we're going to keep him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Mark Davis has proven he's willing to pay people for not pay multiple people at the same time for not working for him. So
yeah,
there's a chance we keep Champ Kelly, but it just depends on, these offensive. I mean, these free agent moves we've made have been almost universally bad. From the contracts we've given out to some of the trades we've made, to some of the trades that we decided not to make.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was Champ Kelly's role in those decisions? I think, Mark Davis will have better insight into that than any of us will, and it will probably never come out in the public,
mm-hmm.
What these people were saying in these meeting rooms. But, depending on what his involvement was in there and some of his input into those decisions, I think that will go a long way to saying whether or not we retain him as a permanent GM. I think obviously Mark Davis likes him because he decided to keep him even after we interviewed him for the GM job originally and decided to go to the. We still brought him in as kind of as an assistant general manager, which I'm not sure. Like are there a lot of teams that have that role? I mean, I don't look at other teams front offices like that, so that's not something I usually see where the guys like have an assistant. We didn't have one in the past. I don't believe under Reggie McKenzie or under Mike Mayock. So for us to kind of do that with him, that says that Mark obviously has some kind of affinity for him. So maybe we do keep him off the strength of that, but I would still want to bring in some other GM candidates, at least for some interviews.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to, but I wouldn't be mad if we kept Champ Kelly, man. I think give him a shot. I feel like if we keep him, we'll be able to keep what we've already built as far as our staff and that building, that part of the field. Because if we get a brand new GM, they're going to have to get rid of everybody. And that's going to be a process that's probably going to take a whole year or two, however long that's going to take. I like I said, best case scenario is if Pierce is the head coach and Champ Kelly comes back, they'll be able to build off what this team already has and go from there. But if we get another guy, if we let's say if we go after someone that's not Champ Kelly, I wanted someone to be experienced. I don't want it to be a first time GM. I want it to be someone that's experienced, that has proven capability of building a successful team. And then once we've got an experienced GM, then I'll be more like open to maybe getting one of these young up and coming guys, because now you have a proven roster builder in a GM, and then now you get one of the hottest upcoming whoever. You know what I mean? Whether it's offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whoever that guy is.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I feel kind of bad because I don't think Zeke should have got fired, man. I think Zeke got fired because he had the McDaniels stink on him. And I think it might be a John Gruden, Mike Mayock situation where, Josh McDaniels had a lot of the final say on certain things. Like, we heard the story come out about Ziegler not wanting Jimmy Garoppolo. You also heard the story come out about, Ziegler preferring C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. So, I mean, it seems that Ziegler, he was on point with some of his decisions, but I just think that just his
association and close friendship with Josh McDaniels, and the fact that they were kind of hired as a package deal, Mark decided to part with both of them at the same time. But I think I that was kind of unfortunate because I don't think he was doing a horrible job. But I think the team has talent. The team obviously has talent. I just think it was not coached well, we did make some missteps in terms of some draft situations and underutilization of some of these players. But like I said, a lot of that still falls back to Josh McDaniels. So I think that could be a feather in the cap of Champ Kelly as well, where it's like, hey, you know what, I wasn't on board with these decisions. Josh McDaniels kind of calling the shots, and we did the best we could. We gave him the information, the scouting reports that we had, and we got all this data here, and here, and we gave it to Josh, and then Josh wanted to do this with it. So that could be a feather in the cap of Champ right there, and maybe we do bring him back, but because Josh is doing such a bad job.
Yeah, and that was kind of surprising because I remember in that opening press conference, one of the questions was who's going to be having final say, and they pretty much said that Ziegler was going to have final say. It wasn't gonna be like a Gruden, Mike Mayock type of situation. But maybe Mark Davis fired him because of that reason, because he felt like, he hired him at the same time and he wanted to get rid of him at the same time because he's seen that they both had, they both were guilty in some way or form as far as the Raiders being, because if some of these contracts like that Chandler Jones contract looks pretty bad now. That Jimmy G contract looks bad. But it kind of makes a little bit more sense because now, if it's true, McDaniels was the guy calling all the shots, making all the final decisions on the roster, and whoever he wanted, he got. Then that sucks because Jimmy G, man, to me that's all on McDaniels. But the contract is so bad, bro, so bad.
Yeah, I think the contract is as good as we could have hoped for. Once you sign for a starting quarterback, he's not making tons of money. We got one more year with him before, and then after that, we have that out. So I think it was structured almost as good as you can. Like once you make the decision to sign him, that was already, you're kind of already dead in the water if this was going to be the player that you got. And he came in hurt. That was his thing in the past. He's always hurt. He came in hurt, missed pretty much most of the off season workouts, and just been behind the 8 ball ever since then. You can just tell in his play he's not healthy. He's just it's nuts. He can't drive on his throws. He was scared in the pocket. It's just he just I don't know. It was just a bad decision. And once you decide to go that way, that was kind of like the standard contract you're going to have to sign into, and at least we have that out. I think some of the ways these contracts are structured, some of them were structured pretty well. Outside of the Chandler Jones thing, which was I don't think anybody could have predicted, what happened this year. Like that was one of those things where it's like,
right,
like that is like, I don't know. Like
but the thing is though, we know what happened the first year though. The first year we were like, man, like we got to play this guy $25 million, and he's not producing on the other side. I thought it was supposed to be a 1-2 combination or a 1-1 combination. Next year comes around, he's not the captain anymore. He lost a ton of weight. Maybe basically trying to probably gain a little bit more explosiveness because he wasn't showing that first year round. And
but now all this stuff is making sense. All this stuff is making sense. Like the fact he's not a captain anymore. He lost a ton of weight. Like when you have a sudden drop in weight, all of a sudden, and the guy that was kind of a leader in the past, the captain, voted on by his teammates, not voted on by his teammates anymore. Like what does that kind of tell you? Right? Then we see the behavior. I think Chandler picked up some bad habits over the offseason, and I think that kind of led to some of his weight loss, and I think that led to some of the behavior where guys are like, yo, this guy can't be the team captain anymore because
Right.
Look at this dude. Because anytime we would hear him talk, man, he would always be so measured, and when he was speaking, he was always like super articulate. Like everything he was saying was just, I don't know what's going on in his personal life. And him and Max were super tight, man. And I think he had the situation where he said like Max turned on him. Like I think it's just I think there was something there. I don't want to speculate on what it is. I think if you grew up in the hood, you kind of not even necessarily in the hood, but if you grew up, man, like people have seen this kind of stuff before. This pattern before. What happens when people kind of go down that rabbit hole, and there's a very strong possibility that substances are involved. So I think that played a large part.
Substance, or he forgot to take his meds. It could be a lot of different things, bro. All I know is like he's not in his right mind because I don't follow him on social media, but I've heard from people who follow him on social media, like this dude who never had tattoo ever in his life has tattoos all over him now, and they all came within the last, how many months. He's over here walking barefoot all around Las Vegas, things like that. It's just like, and the other thing is too is we're not seeing a lot of the family members, people that's been in his corner, people that that he's familiar with. No one's really coming out and saying, which tells me like he's a grown man doing whatever he wants to do, and it's probably it's probably something going on, bro. Something going on mentally.
Yeah, man, and it's sad to see. Like I said, man, I think one of the biggest reasons he was here was because he wanted a guy that was going to be better against the run than Ngakoue. He also a guy that had a very, very close relationship with Max Crosby, and so I think that obviously he has ties to Patrick Graham and to the other to Josh McDaniels and other Patriot guys that we brought here. So I think those were all factors in him in him being brought on, and then he didn't really produce. I mean, Max vouched for him last year when he was talking about, hey, you know what, he wasn't putting up a sack numbers. Max vouched for him last year, and it's just sad to see.
It's a messed up situation. Yeah, not to cut you off, man, but it's a messed up situation. And I'm not blaming Ziegler for that. All I'm saying is that like we act like he signed him a contract this offseason and this happened. It was like there was a year prior to that where we're like questioning the contract before. Like I remember at the end of the season of last season, I'm like, man, like we literally got how many sacks from Chandler Jones and we paid him how much? And then we look at how much if we were to cut him after the first year, we would still own him. Like the Raiders would have a dead cap hit of $25 million. So they were kind of stuck in that contract. So that's why I'm saying that it's a bad contract. It's like, man, you give a 32-year-old pass rusher that I understand you had experience with, but still it was an aggressive move that didn't work. You sign all these guys to extensions, aggressive moves, but didn't work. You signed Derek Carr to an extension, and knowing that like it didn't work out, we didn't get nothing for him. Nothing. Like nothing. That's crazy. And we could have got something for him. That hurts.
Of all the contracts that we signed, that was the worst contract. That was the worst contract we signed, because if you sign Derek Carr, and I think it was bad because it was a situation where I'm sure Derek Carr took less money and they signed him to less money than probably what he could have gotten. But in exchange for that, he got the no trade clause. And I think even if we would have signed him to a bigger deal, I still think we could have been able to trade him and get something, second or third, got something. Even with that kind of, I'm sure that not the Dolphins, but I'm sure the Saints would have still been willing to part with something, right? Even if it's a late round pick, they would have been willing to part with something to get him in a trade. And the fact that he got the no trade clause in there, and then that Carr be BS and like, oh yeah, if the Raiders would have just let me talk to teams, I would have. Come on, bro, you a damn guy.
Yeah, he's just trying to cover it up. Yeah.
I would have waived the no trade clause. Like, you get that nonsense out of him.
Yeah, no, he lying. He lying. Especially because his agent in his ear is probably going to tell him what to do and what not to do. Exactly. He's not going to be making a final decision on that when it comes to the business side. But that being said, just to get back on track, Ja Rader says I predict we beat the Chiefs in Vegas and go in the bye week with a 6-6 record, and Aiden will have more time with Adams, Myers, Renfro, Meyer, Tucker. Hey man, I like the positivity. I like the positivity, man. But we'll see how it shakes out because Chiefs are the Chiefs. They've dominated the matchup against us for I don't know how many years now. And this year, it's a different Chiefs team. It's not an explosive offense that we're used to seeing. Now we're seeing a more dominating defense. They're winning games on defense. So I don't know if that's the greatest matchup where you take the Raiders offense, which is struggling, against a top defense. Good thing is it's going to be at home. It's going to be a home game against the Chiefs, but that's definitely going to be a tough game.
We've actually had better. Ironically, we've actually performed better in the past 2 years on the road against the Chiefs than we had at home. I think the only win that we had against the Chiefs was on the road. And then we came back later on that year. We played the Chiefs tough, and then I think that's the year Jonathan Abram blew that coverage because he was trying to, Patrick Mahomes was scrambling, and Jonathan Abram left his assignment, and Patrick Mahomes hit that touchdown, in the area that he left. And then last year with Josh McDaniels, we had the game where we probably should have won, went up 17-0.
Yeah.
And we had the opportunity to win at the end, and then Devontae and Hunter ran into each other, and then Devontae had that pass on the sideline, he bobbled.
Yeah, the two most competitive games that come to mind is the McDaniels coach game in Kansas City, primetime game, where like you just mentioned, up 17-0, and then obviously the Gruden game where we won. We actually won. That was the last time we actually won in Arrowhead, or actually that's probably the last game that the Raiders actually beat the Chiefs was 4 years ago, which is crazy to say. But hey, man, if Pierce is able to get it done next week, that's going to help his case in becoming the next head coach of the Raiders. So he could add that to his resume because he could easily say hey, look, I'm the only head coach that can actually beat the Chiefs. I just did it, and this is my 4th, 5th game coaching. So We'll see how it shakes out. But hey, Severe, man, I appreciate you coming on. We got to get you on the screen, man. We got to get that set up. Because, man, we got to get you on, man. You always dropping hot takes. The chat is always talking about your hot takes. So we appreciate you coming on. And we'll talk offline and we'll set that up. But any last thoughts, man? It was a good, tough game defensively. It was close to the end, but offensively it was another letdown. But what are your thoughts moving forward for the Raiders?
Man, well, first of all, I want to say, man, I'm glad that you and Ray were able to connect, man, and you guys are actually able to witness the win.
Oh, yeah.
Happy for that. I know your last trip to Vegas was unfruitful, man, so I'm glad you guys were able to get out there.
Yeah. Finally able to see a win in person in Vegas. I was able to see, obviously, some wins in Oakland, but in Vegas, because the first game this season, it was against Pittsburgh. We lose that game. That was an ugly game. But that Sunday night game against the Jets, that was fun. Watching my boy Ray. We actually went live after the game. Y'all should check that out. But we had a good time, man. It was a great time.
Yeah, but just going forward, man. My first game I went to was ironically the Miami game where we beat Miami that year. I think Tua didn't play.
Oh yeah.
Just to see how far, they've come up and how far we have fallen off. That just tells me that, this team, organization needs to do some soul searching. And, whether we have the answer right now, a head coach or a general manager, or, for some people ask at owner, we really don't know. So I think the end of this season, that will go a long way toward answering some of those questions, or seeing if we need to search elsewhere to find the answers to those questions. So these are exciting times, but also some dark times. But I don't know, man. A lot will be determined over the final stretch of the season. Yeah,
it's however you want to look at it. It's going to be exciting because it's a lot of what ifs. We don't know what's going to happen, but it was way more exciting than having McDaniels as head coach because we knew that wasn't going to go anywhere. It just wasn't working out. Pierce, he's still building his case. War Production says this game is proof that our defense is legit, but our offensive woes weren't just JMD. So Josh McDaniels, which, you ain't lying about that. Like, we're still struggling on offensive ball, and McDaniels not in the building. But defensively, we're still being scrappy out there. We're forcing turnovers now. I think our D-line is getting more pressure. Kuntz was getting pressure. He pretty much had a sack. He had a sack, man. Every time I see Kuntz get a sack, I'm like, yes, finally, because I feel because he's always there, but he never gets there. I think he had a sack prior to this game against the Jets, but that penalty erased it today.
I've seen like 2 or 3 sacks from Kuntz where they've been called back for penalties, man. Like, I don't know. He's always seems to be on the other side of that.
Yeah. But, hey, man, he's continuing to get pressure. We see it. Raider fans see it. Everybody's watching it. So, hopefully it continues. Hopefully he can build off these types of games. Defense keeps the ball out. We'll see how it shakes out next week against the Chiefs, man. But, yeah, man, I'll catch up with you. We'll talk offline, man. We got to talk offline.
Bet for sure, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Salute to the chat.
All right, man. Peace. My guy T Severe coming through, man, in the clutch. Just chopping it up, man, after the game, man. Went live starting at halftime until the end of the game, until now, actually. So, yeah, it was a tough game. I thought it was going to be way more exciting than what it really was, especially offensively. Defensively, I was excited, man. Defense was making plays. They were able to get off third down, force some turnovers, but we weren't able to get it done at the end of the day. But the team played hard. So, what more can you ask against a team that everybody, look at the point spread. I forgot before the game was probably 2 scores. It was something big. I think might have been the biggest spread this week. So I don't know what to I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, we got Chiefs next. We'll see how that shakes out. It's a good team, but we appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hey, make sure to hit that like button. I usually have everybody. I usually give people friendly reminders, man. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm going to do this weekly. If I'm not at the game, I'm going to be going live during the game. So make sure to check me out starting at halftime. So next week, it will be against the Chiefs. And yeah, man, and hit the notification bell because that's when I pretty much drop content, whether it's going live, anything like that. So you definitely want to hit that up. Check that out. Appreciate everybody coming through. My guy Yaya says, let's see what he says. He says appreciate T. Hey man, I appreciate him. I'm gonna talk offline with him because we're gonna have to set something up, man. Because that we always have good conversations. Let me see if I could get back into the chat. He says I appreciate T. Ja Raider says second place chokers lost. Viking they lost. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. They were against the Packers. Wow, I gotta check out the scores, man. I've been going live since halftime, so I don't know all the final scores yet. But that's crazy, man. They are gonna fire that head coach. I wish he could have stayed there a little bit longer because he's that bad. But it is what it is. Cool, Kev. Hey, man, I'm just heading out, man. Appreciate you coming through. Make sure to hit that like button. Appreciate everybody coming through. Bruce Davis says, just subscribe to your channel. I love the Raiders. Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Hey, you're going to love my channel, man. If you love the Raiders, you're going to love my channel. It's all Raiders all day, every day. But appreciate everybody coming through. On the way out, make sure to hit that like button and all that good stuff. But I'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Great Pharaoh, the gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.